Make up your mind. What? No. It's a black screen. Oh. What? It's a disgusting sight. Oh, crap. I just avoided that thing like a pro. Like a pro. Crap! I'm gonna try and get rid of Shinji here. Yeah, multi-kill. Eat that. Eat that, yo.
Yeah, we'd like catch, like as kids, we'd catch them and like keep them in like a little fish tank with dirt in and feed them bugs and stuff. Do you not do that over there?
No. Go back to the shadow. No, you will not take me. Oh, are you kidding me? I got out of the way. I totally got out of the way. Wait a minute, I did not create a character in Tonberry. I created a character in Kujata. What the? How did that happen? What the hell? Why is there a merchant right in the middle of this fight? Eat that.
Point blank revenge.
Oh, revenge. So this already. What's this? Oh. Shit, that wasn't even 30 seconds. That was like 10. Hey. I got an achievement. Total kill 1 versus world. Let's finish him off. Come on, come on, come on. Finish him off. Finish him off. Gotcha. Now what? What am I looking for? I'm looking for. What the heck was that? Rubber banding at its best. This is probably gonna go into like the highlight reel. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Black Desert Online Southeast Asia leveling review stream. This is for week number 4 now. And yeah, it's been going pretty good. Good to see everybody. Real quickly, I want to say hi to everybody in chat. We have Jay Farcliffe in there, Quingnam, ggmyster, Punk, and Rico. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? Hope you guys have had a good weekend so far. We're gonna be doing some fun, maybe fun stuff here on BDO. I'm just gonna show you guys a bunch of things that I said I was going to in the title, which is basically a bit of crafting, which I've been trying to do. Upgrading gear, which I have, kind of researched and learned about over the past week or so, and I've gotten lucky with some of my gear for a leveling player, I suppose, because I'm not there at level 56, which is the soft cap yet. So I'm not exactly worrying about getting boss gear and all that stuff. And yeah, there's a bunch of things. Also, my Gandalf type character is no longer wearing gray robes or whatever. He's now Gandalf the White. He has upgraded himself. And it's not exactly white because I'm standing in the shadow here. But if I go under the light, there we go. He is now in white. Way better color scheme than what he was before. Right on. So, something interesting to note though. The Southeast Asian version got a couple of updates this week. On Wednesday or Tuesday, we got this thing called Node Wars. Node Wars is guild PvP to fight and capture, territory and nodes all over the map here. And oh, there it is. I think you guys can see that little panel thing down here. We got Node Wars status here. And there's only 3 channels on the server that are participating in this Node War thing, which is kind of interesting. Again, I didn't join a big guild for this review cycle. I made my own guild. So I'm not looking at participating in this big PvP, open world stuff to conquer territory and nodes. And I've also swapped servers or swapped channels because apparently if you are on the a server or a channel that is participating in a Node War, mobs will not respawn on the landscape. So there was a big message telling me to jump to a different server, channel and everything, so that's what I've done. Alrighty, checking in chat before I start vomiting out words about some BDO stuff here. Rico says he's been playing Star Wars like he has a Stockholm Syndrome. Rugador says I was going to buy a book on phobias, but I was afraid it wouldn't help me. Right at the start of the stream, just how I like it. Jay says it's hungover. We got Amos in chat. Hi Amos, how you doing, man? He says, how's it going? It's going pretty good. I've had a really very, very busy week. I hope you guys aren't sick of seeing me, because over the past 7 to 8 days I've put out maybe a video a day on YouTube and Twitch. That was the stream on Sunday. That was Tuesday side quests on Twitch, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then today another video. So it seems like I'm just vomiting content, you know, to make up for the kind of a dry spell that February was, because I was just spending so much time playing BDO. And it's also my 2nd anniversary of being on YouTube, so for me that's kind of a big deal. So I'm just enjoying myself, you know, just jumping in to a couple of different games, being in Guild Wars 2, getting ready for episode 2, which is for season 4, which is coming out on Tuesday. And then the Lord of the Rings Online also announced that update 22 is coming on Tuesday as well. So there's like, oh man, all these big games are releasing update. And then we got Rift Prime, which is also coming in March. I think it's 12th of March. I could be wrong, but yeah, so many MMOs are, you know, have things happening this week and next. So it's going to be pretty interesting. All right, moving in on the chat there. ggmyster says, "Lol, Gandalf the White." In other words, you spent more money on BDO. Actually, I've not. This was the pack, the Murph's palette thing, which I think I got from loyalty points or something. But it's basically unlocks this ultimate color palette thing, which you can dye your character with, or just dye your outfit and anything, and it's gonna stay there until that thing wears out. What else we got? Bong says he hates the snow right now. Does it usually snow in February over there in the UK? That's pretty interesting. We got Rain in chat. Hey Arva, hey man, how you doing? How's World of Warcraft, buddy? And Amos says, congrats on your 2nd year anniversary. Thank you very much. ggmyster says, you really mix it up with the t-shirt color choices. Yeah, I thought, you know, I've been wearing black so much, some purple wouldn't hurt. Alright, so let's get into BDO. In week 1, the stream, it was all about figuring things out. You guys saw that in the vlogs. In week 2, I showed you guys some of the life type skills, and I was doing a lot of trading. I got my wagon and I ran around to different towns trying to sell the trade goods. In week 3, all I didn't think I did too much. I was just trying to get my wizard up, showed you guys what the post level 50 graduation quests look like. Oop, Amos has just subscribed to the channel. Awesome, thank you, Amos. Welcome to the GRM fam. That name is not permanent. It just came off the top of my head. So week 4, in between the last couple of weeks, I've been all about trying to understand the crafting system, what kind of gear sets that, you know, level 50 players or a leveling type player would use. And the conclusion of that is BDO currently, in the other versions of the game, there are multiple gear sets that are viable for all classes. In fact, even for this version, the case still is still the same thing. Like if you go to the auction house here, and I'm in Kelfion, by the way. So marketplace, and you go on the armor sets. You'll see, you know, people selling a bunch of things, and they're kind of on the cheap side. A lot of these, you know, 30,000 silver, 40,000 silver. If you're a new player, leveling player, you can buy a bunch of these and use them if you want to, because content post level before level 50 is actually really easy. Once you understand your class and you know what you're doing, then, you know, combat and everything, the Black Spirit missions, the quests are not that hard to do. So pretty much any armor set that you want, you know, Taritas or Argerian, these have different set bonuses. As you can see, they've got item effect for equipping that particular thing, or, you know, you put 2 on and 3 on, you get different types of sets. So depending on your class, if you're a melee or if you're a caster type, you know, some of these are going to be suitable for you if you want. And to get them, they drop on the landscape. You can buy them off the auction house from other players that are selling it, or you can craft your own. So for me, when I was doing my research, this tab over here on the right, this is my favorite, so I kind of saved that there so it will quickly search. So based on research and based on what we have now for the Southeast Asian version, the Grunil armor set is highly coveted. It is one of the hardest armor set to get off the auction house. Like right now, there's only 2 pieces that are there right now, and I'm guaranteed I'm not going to win this bid, so I'm just going to try anyway. I'm going to bid for a chest beast. And this is what the RNG system looks like for the marketplace. I think I showed you guys this. So bidding results. Do you want to purchase Grunil armor? And I actually bought it. I guess no one else was bidding on it. So I got lucky there. Let's go back. For the helmet, well, I can't bid on this now. Yeah, it's gone. So I kind of got lucky with the chest plate there, but yeah, this is one of the highly coveted armor sets in BDO simply because it's well rounded. So if I hover over this set right now, oh, they've just replenished that. Look at that. There's like 5 now. 5. So whoever that's crafting these is making some money simply because you know it's kind of rare. But until you understand that these can be crafted in game, and you need to spend your other character resources like contribution points, and if you know what you're doing and you do some research, you know how to craft them. And when you start crafting these, you know, you don't have to spend money in the auction house to buy these anymore, because for upgrading, which I'm going to be talking about really soon, you will need a bunch of these. The same armor, it can be of a, you know, if you're trying to upgrade a blue one, you can use a green one too, to replenish the max durability. So look at that go. It's going so fast. It's gone. So I'm not going to buy anymore because I am going to craft that shit. I'm done spending money. I was actually not planning on buying another chest piece because I've already got 2. But I got 2 in the bank. But I got lucky there, I guess. Nobody else wanted it. So let me just put that in the bank real quick. And I'll show you guys crafting first before we get into upgrading the armor and stuff. Now, I'm here in Calphion simply because Calphion is where my home base is. I prefer this city simply because of what it offers. And I'm not sure if I've talked about this in the previous weeks in terms of the streams. I'm not sure if I took a deep dive into what cities offer or not. But BDO has a bunch of main cities that you will unlock or uncover on your first character or whatever character that you're progressing within the game. So Villi, for example, if you click on that, you'll see a bunch of different houses here, right? So I've already got lodging, and lodging is basically places for your workers to sleep, and these are the passive workers that you're going to be sending out to nodes like this one to the left of this town here to farm potato. So that's what lodging does. It houses your workers. And there you can buy storage and all these empty ones. If you simply click on it, you'll have a bunch of different options. You can buy a carpentry workshop, and this is where crafting takes place, obviously. You're going to need the raw ingredients or the raw materials to be in the bank or the storage of this particular town right here. This is my storage for this particular town. So if you have a workstation here, then you're going to need the materials in that in order for a passive worker to start crafting. So all these stuff, investing in a workshop or whatever. So like, for example, a wagon workshop, you can see it's going to cost you 5 contribution points, which is why CP, as it's commonly referred to, is a really important commodity here for you as a player. And how do you get CP? I may have covered this in the previous stream, but the more content you do, daily quests, following the Black Spirit's main quest chains, if you do your processing, if you do any of your life quest skills, some of them give you, life XP. It could be processing, whatever, but some of them do give you CP as well. So that's why I think it's pretty important that if you want to start crafting and becoming self-sufficient as a new player, which you don't have to do if you don't want to, because again, you just saw me buy stuff up the auction house. If you have the money, you can either grind an hour, 2 hours a day, make 1 million silver, and then buy what you need, or you want to be self-sufficient and you put in the hours so you don't have to rely on anything else but yourself. So I have tried and spent my CP where, doing the things that I like to do, which was what I said in the vlog. And for this week and moving forward, I was thinking of getting a better wagon. And wagons are those cart things that you saw me driving in week 2 to carry stuff, because they have their own inventories and they have almost as much weight as your character has in terms of inventory. So if I'm out there in the world grinding or whatever, I can bring my wagon along and just dump stuff in it and not worry about weight issues. So I've been crafting wagons in Altinova, which is one of the later cities that is, I would say, post level 50. So you only need 1 character to discover Altinova, and then you can bring your alts here to do whatever you need to do. So I have in Altinova my wagon workshop, which is here. That's my wagon workshop. And if you're a new player and you're wondering, oh my god, there's just so many house icon type things, how do you tell what's what? Instead of individually clicking on a house to see what this offers, like this one has a ship part workshop, you can build a furniture workshop. Ship part obviously means you can build boats, the boats can be a different workshop, and then ship parts, it simply means you know, your ship will have different accessory slots like the sail and everything that needs to be crafted as well, and those will give you individual bonuses like plus speed or better turning, and same applies to wagon. I have a wagon workshop here, but I still need to build or invest in a wagon workshop, wagon parts workshop, if I want to add better carts, some canvas for the top there, and maybe even put a lamp. So it's pretty in-depth in a way, and it seems like a lot of work in terms of trying to micromanage what you want to craft. But that's the nature of this game. So I have a wagon workshop here, and I think this is one of the best wagon workshop in any of the towns, because it's a tier 3, and you'll see the bunch of wagons that it has. The highest is the noble wagon. Then you've got the merchant wagon, which is what a lot of players has been suggesting me to craft, and I've been doing merchant wagons for the most part. And I've already got a couple in my bank just from crafting over the past week. So how does crafting work? First of all, you need workers in your town, passive workers, and you need the resources as well. So if I hover over the merchant wagon, I'm not sure if you can see that because it's really tiny from the preview screen, but under crafting materials it tells you that you need 4 wagon horses, acacia plywood, brass ingots, soft hide, and blackstone powder. Now all these ingredients or raw materials need to be either gathered by you through gathering, which is the life skill out in the open world, and then processed down to the individual parts. So for example, brass ingot, you're gonna need to go farming for copper and zinc, I think, and then you gotta melt them down using the processing window to get melted the substance for these 2 metals, and then heat them together again, and that's how you get brass ingot. So crafting materials here are made up of various different things that you need to do before you even start crafting, which is why I said in my vlog this week that it's a really complex system, because you got to take care of the prerequisites first before you even start crafting. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do the first part, because you can buy those materials off the marketplace if you have the silver. So what I've done is I already got all the materials, and I've already crafted 3 wagons. So now once you have those materials in the town's storage of where your workshop or your craft house is, simply click the manage crafting, and it'll show you this panel, and then you've got all these tasks. So it's not as simple as other MMOs where you'll just see the button for merchant wagon, craft, and then it just auto craft. No, it goes deeper than that. Your merchant wagon now has individual parts that you need to put set workers on. So the entirety of the merchant wagon has 68 different tasks, and a task means a work cycle, and your workers have work cycles based on the amount of stamina that they have. So like, this goblin has 8 stamina. I've already used 1 work cycle. So to craft this, I only need 1 work cycle from 1 worker, and that's the only one that I've got left. So I'm just going to click blackstone powder, and I'm going to use my level 13 goblin worker, because he does have a skill over there, which is mount knowledge. So he crafts wagon 5% faster or whatever, plus 5. So sometimes you get lucky with your worker skill, sometimes you don't. I got lucky with this one, so I'm just going to click this guy and hit start work, because I do have the resources in the bank. And voila! Now it's in their hands. It's very passive in that nature. The first part is not, because it's you proactively going out, gathering the materials, as I said, and then using your life skills to process that down, grind that down, chop it down, and whatever, and then put it in your bank. And then from then on, if you've got a bunch of workers in a town, again, for workers, you do need the lodging to make sure that you can keep them in that town. And if you run out of stamina or whatever, that's where you get beer, and that's how you're going to replenish your worker stamina. So complex, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite rewarding, because you've just built yourself a network. You've just built yourself an empire of sustainability, which it's going to benefit you in the long term if you have a set goal and you've done your research about what you want. So I knew I wanted a merchant wagon, because I knew I was going to be traveling a lot, and I'm going to be carrying a lot of stuff, and I couldn't be half-assed buying inventory slots or weight from the store. So that's that. And a merchant wagon, look at the marketplace value. That costs about, minimum price is about 2.4 million silvers. So in my bank right now, I have one extra merchant wagon registration there, just sitting there, and these are the things that you need. That's exactly what I'm crafting, where you go to your stables and you right click it. That's how you register your wagon, and then you gotta attach horses to it and then pull it out, and it's yours. So if I were to sell this on the auction house right now, the auction house is going to take a cut, so I'll probably make about 1.6 million in silvers in profit if I were to sell that. So that's choice there. So I'm just crafting one more. I'd probably sell one and keep the other for an alt or something. So that's wagon crafting, and that's just in one town. The entire wagon setup cost me about 10 contribution points. My total is here in the top left. I have 144 contribution points, and again, I think the cap is at 250 maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. It could be 250 or more. So I've done a lot of the hard work in terms of doing as much quests as I can in the last 4 weeks, just trying to get that contribution points, because then you have the option to spend that how you want to. You can put it into crafting weapons, armor, stable or horse accessories. What else? Tool workshop, because you know all your life skills do have the various different tools, from the mining pick to the butchering knife to the tanning knife to the steel hoe. A bunch of different crafting tools, and if you don't want to keep buying that, you want to craft the better ones that don't break so easily, or it gives you better stats like luck, which helps you pick up rare materials when you're gathering or whatever. Then go build a tool workshop. So CP pretty what do we got? Rayag Extra Lag is now following me on Twitch. Awesome, thank you Extra Lag, welcome to the stream, thank you for the support. So yeah, as I was saying, use your CP wisely as a new player. Do some research, find out what do you want to do, what your short-term goal is, what your long-term goal is going to be, and then go from there. So that's what I've been doing for the most part. I see somebody jumping in front of me. Morningstar, Lord's Trusted. Okay, anyway, I'm going to show you guys crafting armor now, so that I can get into upgrading the armor that I want to make for my wizard. But before that, I'm going to check in on chat real quick. Where did I last stop? I see it just moving there. Extra Lag. Oh, I'm getting the notification late. Hello again, Extra Lag. Thank you very much for the support. Jay says purple means he's a badass mofo. No, I just didn't want to wear black tonight. I think I've been wearing black for the longest time ever. Arv says, it's been busy, man. How are you progressing through Argus? I'm about 70% done with Suramar the last time I logged in, Arv, but the last time I actually logged in was maybe 2 weeks ago, so I haven't really been playing WoW that much, unfortunately. Amos says RNG upgrading can be so painful at times. Be warned. Exactly, and that's what I'm going to be talking about to the best of my ability. And ggmyster says Grunel is a good stat because the 2x gem slot per piece is very versatile. Also, it's the best yeah, basically that's what I was going to explain, but ggmyster has already said it. And he also says for wagons and BDO, you can also store things in one and put it away stable, pulling it out again when you need those. Yep, because in stables, like in most cities and towns or whatever, you'll have a stable master. Here, I'll just take you real quick. When I try to explain one system, you'll see that it's inherently tied to another system, and that system is tied to a system before it, tied to another system, and that system is tied to a system before it. So it's all interconnected in a way that is why it can be overwhelming. But if you're a new player watching this, if you spend a little bit of time, trust me, you'll get to a point where you understand things better. It's just the nature of the game. So stable masters, when you first start, maybe in Olvia or Heidel or Velia, your early towns, your stable, you'll see that you'll have a number of slots where you, I hope that's not blocking anything. Yeah, a number of slots of how many horses or wagons that you can keep in one stable per town. Usually the default is 3. So if you have 3 horses and you check them all in, you cannot check a 4th horse in. And out of the 3 horses, you can only take out and ride 1 at a time. That's how that works. But, you know, if you're running out of CP points and you don't want to buy housing storage in any towns anymore, because some of them cost a lot. Some houses are connected to a bunch of different houses in terms of what floor number it is and what houses below it. Sometimes if you want the best storage, you got to buy all the other houses below it before you get to the top. So that could be a total of 8 to 9 to 10 contribution points, which is actually pretty expensive. So if you don't want to do that and you just need more storage, you buy wagons. And like I said, you can only check in 3 wagons at default, but I can check in 8. Because I've raised the amount of check-ins that I can have, because Kelfion is a huge city, and it does have a stable type horse ranch here that I've invested. I don't know how much I've invested in this. 3 contribution points it says, but every time I level this up, it adds more stable slots. So yeah, I've got more stable slots in the event that I want to check in more wagons, and that's a neat little trick that you can use to get more inventory storage or whatever. So again, like I'll say it again, it comes down to the amount of contribution points, the amount of CP that you have, and how you want to spend it. You can be as efficient as you want, as long as you know what your goal is, or what your game plan is. If not, feel free to spend them however you want and experiment, because you can always take it back. If I didn't want this, I can just sell this off and get it back instantly. No waiting time required. Alright, check it in chat. Open. Where Amos says, good tip. Yep, good tip indeed. Baradhor says, atheism is a non-profit organization. Jusmel says, so I'm getting a new couch soon. Decided I will sleep on it when I want to keep BDO running in my bedroom. Oh boy. Why not just mute the BDO? Or did you leave the audio running, or how does that work? Actualag says, hello and grads on 2 years on YouTube. Thank you, Actualag. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Yep, it's 2 years of me being on YouTube, and it's been an absolute blast, being able to share all these with you guys. Thank you. We got Mausuki in chat. Hello, Mausuki. Welcome to the stream. He says, after 255 contribution point, the gains gets harder because there's no cap. So basically, what Mausuki's letting us know is that the soft cap for contribution points is 255. And beyond 255, you can still earn CP, but at a very slow rate, just like how experience points is going to be post level 56. You're going to have to grind a lot. So, that's good to know. At least I know that if I'm going to be playing this for like 5 years or whatever, and if I actually put in a huge amount of time and effort, I'll have a lot of CP. I can probably do everything if I wanted to. That's a neat little thing. Extra Access watching YouTube stream on TV and Twitch on the PC. Wow, you're watching two at once. Wow. Amos also say was greeting you with jumps. Oh, that's you. Hello, Amos. Sorry, I didn't recognize. I didn't see if that was your name or not. But hey, good to see that you're in the same game, man. And Baradhor says the patron saint of poverty is Saint Nicholas. Nice. He also says it's good to have slots for stables. It will be really annoying if they were unstable. We got David in chat. Hello, David. David says Black Desert worth playing, and your PC specs. My PC specs, I'm running on an 6700K i7 and GTX 1080. And then the usual. I don't have the specs off the top of my head, but I have them posted somewhere. But to answer your other question, is it worth playing? For me, it is, simply because of the the amount of freedom and things that I get to do that I usually don't have the option or given the choice in other MMORPGs. I just love the. See, a lot of people are calling BDO a sandbox, and I have as well, but I think it's more of a sand park, which is a hybrid of a theme park MMO and a sandbox MMO, because you do get characteristics of both those types of games in here, and I do like that aspect. I really enjoy some parts of it. Alright, so I think I'm all caught up in chat here, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next part of the stream, which is showing you guys creating my armor. Again, explaining why I've gone for the Grunil armor set as a wizard, simply because a lot of the other armors in the game, some of them you won't have, you only have one slot for crystal, which is right there below the die information, and crystals are, can't see me has invited me to a party. We got Nick Scryer. Hey Nick, just FYI, I'm not doing any like party stuff things, I'm just kind of explaining what I'm working on. But yeah, if you guys notice, like the guild has our own icon there. That's the icon of my channel, which is kind of cool. But nobody here seems to recognize that, which is fine. I don't expect people to. I just wanted something. I didn't have a guild logo or anything, so I just used my channel art in the guild logo there. So yeah, basically other armors, you get one slot, and then depending on the DP and the sets, you make up your own mind. But for me, Grunil, as ggmyster already said in chat, it has the two armor crystal sockets, which is pretty decent, because for me as a wizard, I can put in I can max out my casting speed pretty easily and basically all my other alts are probably going to go the Grunial way as well. And I do want to apologize for the state of my bank here, because it's a freaking mess. I know how it looks. I'm a very messy MMORPG player. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not ashamed of it, because you can tell that I've been spoiled by other MMOs that shares one bank across the entire game. So wherever you find a bank master or a vault master, or you know, it's the same things in there. BDO, every town has a different bank, a localized bank system. And I tried to make it more centralized, basically, by chucking everything in one bank. And that's the state of my bank. I'm not going to apologize for it. Deal with it. So, yes, Grunial Armor. I've so far got these for my wizard. Still, you know, contemplating if I should go for the full set, which is pretty good as well, because if you look at the stat bonuses here, wearing 2 pieces will increase your AP by 5. Now, AP is your attack power. I think I've explained this in the past, but attack power is pretty important for you, because that's going to add to your gear score, which is what a lot of things in the game kind of measures whether you're ready or not to go and do certain content. So wearing 2 pieces gives you 5 AP, and wearing the full 4 piece gives you another 2 AP. And then based on some crystals can give you AP as well. Like if I go to my event here, or where is it? Attendance reward. So in a couple of days, there's going to be this black spirit crystal that's going to drop for logging in, and this one gives you, if you put it on an armor, it's going to give you 100 plus 100 max HP and 5 AP. And AP is measured by down here. You got the AP rating and you got the DP rating. Combine that together, that's your gear score. So in chat, you might see people asking stuff like, if you want to join our guild, then you got to have like a gear score of 350 plus, for example, which might sound hard to get, but once you get into stuff like the gear upgrading, then yeah, you're gonna increase that real quick. So why does AP matter? Look at all these later zones. This is the Madaya region, which is one of the latest content expansions here in BDO Southeast Asia. In other versions of the game, the content has way progressed further than this. I think it's now in Valencia, which is like the desert region somewhere in the east. But for now, Southeast Asians, we do have Madaya, and if you look at some of these areas, recommended AP 90 to 110. So that's your benchmark. Am I ready to go there? And one of the most popular grind spots in the game is this, Southsun Garrison, AP 100 to 180. It doesn't tell you a required DP, which I think the game should, because for me as a new player, when I look at that, you know, AP 100, I'm 118 now. I could probably go there. Trust me, I've tried doing that. I made a mistake because my DP is very low, and I can kill stuff. I can take on stuff that are, you know, harder to kill, but I die. I'm really, really squishy. So I think I would recommend, you know, trying to level them up together. All right, chat, checking on chat here before I go on any further. Rugador says, "I knew a guy who collected candy canes. They were all in mint condition." ggmyster says, "The sound of my PC keeps me awake." Oh, okay, so it's the sound of the PC. Gotcha, bro. Extra Like says, "Started on TV, but TV app cannot show the chat and only have Twitch account." Oh, okay, because I don't usually watch or interact with Twitch on a TV, so I didn't know they didn't have a chat. Rugador says, "For a sandbox game, it has surprisingly low amount of sand in it." Dude, yeah, hilarious. Anyway, what are we, half an hour in? Yeah, so if there's any issues with the video or the audio, let me know. I'll try to fix that real quick. Should have, you know, said that really early in the stream. Alright, so you've already seen what I've been doing in Altanova, which is basically, you know, trying to get my wagon production going. And now that the wagon thing is done, let me just see if it's done. Altanova. Alright, and again, for new players, all these little houses and stuff, like, oh, how do you tell what's what? Let me just explain that real quick. Top right corner, you make use of the UI elements that you got. This one's gonna, you know, let you sort between all what you've purchased, and this is really handy because there's a lot of icons in town or on the map that you may get confused just trying to skim through. So just use these options to find what you've bought and, you know, what you're using. And then if you're not, you've just come to the town and you want to find something like, oh, is there a wagon workshop here? Use the next tab, which is going to help you figure out what this town has. So if you're looking for, what do we got? Okay, if you're looking for a ship part workshop, click on that. And it's going to show you all the ship part workshops in town. Super easy, super quick if you're looking for a specific thing in town. So let's go back to my wagon workshop here, see if that's done. Yep, it is done. So that is over. My 3 merchant wagons are done crafting, which means that if I look at my bank here, there it is. There's my second wagon registration. So wagon crafting is done. I've already put in the materials. I've got my workers to work over the course of a week. And the thing about it is, you know, once you start that task cycle that you guys saw me do earlier, you have to be, I mean, if you start it and then log off, shut the game, go to bed, it will finish that cycle, and it won't do another one if you didn't, you know, set it to do more than one. So the most effective way I've found is, you know, you got to be online to see it through, or make sure that, you know, when you set a task, you make the worker do more than one, because it defaults to one cycle for some reason. So just a tip there. And now that it's done, I'm gonna get this back. I'm gonna sell off the wagon workshop and get my CP back. So that's worth 3 CP. I'm done with it. I'm just gonna hit the sell button and get my 3 CP back, and that's it. So sometimes in the game, you know, you'll only want to craft one thing. Like, for example, because wagons do have lifespans, they do have a max durability. Once that durability gets to 0, not durability, sorry, a lifespan basically. Once that goes to 0, you cannot use it again. It's gone. It's over. You have to get or craft another wagon. So for me, wagons are like a one-time deal, because I'm not going to use them a lot, and I've got 3 of them, so I'm probably not going to craft it for like another month or 2 months or even 3 months. So selling it off and then buying something else with a CP is totally fine. It's not a lot of work to do that. That's that. Oh, I'm getting huge amounts of lag there. That's crazy. Okay, so Calphion. Calphion is where I have my armor workshop, which is basically down here. Same thing. You just put your CP in. This is worth 5 contribution points, and I've got the armor workshop all the way to like tier 5. Because tier 5 is where I want to craft the Grunil armor, which I've been talking about for the last 10 minutes. And I already have enough of the materials in my warehouse, which is basically the bank storage. Brass ingot 2, fine tough high 1, blackstone 10, and blackstone 3. So I'm going to craft, let's do the breastplate first, or the chest plate, because I've got a bunch in the bank, and I can, you know, start showing off a little bit of the upgrading once I get another one. So, hit the manage crafting, and I already have 2 workers in Calphion, the city that I'm in. Now, whether my luck is good with what kind of skills they have or not. Okay, so this guy, he's level 6, but his work speed is good. He's got work speed +3 and a +1, so that's a total work speed of +4. So it's going to take 32 minutes to craft 1 piece of armor here, compared to this guy, it's going to craft for 37 minutes. So let's go all the way down, and let's do a Grunil chest plate here. And yeah, I'm going to click this guy and hit start work. How many can I do? Let's see, max quantity. I can 50,000. You're nuts. No. Let's do 1 first. Hit OK and start work. And he is now crafting a chest piece for the Grunil armor. It's as simple as that. It's just that the first part, which is getting the raw materials, the blackstone powder, the bronze ingots, those things are going to take manual work to process. But you can also like invest in nodes out in the world to kind of get some of the raw materials. Like one of the ingredients here is something called a black crystal. Right at the bottom there, black crystal. Now black crystal, to my knowledge, drops only in Madaya, which is the far east here. It drops from the abandoned mine over here, which you can manually go out there with your mining pick and try. And if you have a pet cat or whatever, it's gonna mark a location where there may be a crystal on an ore node. And sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But the thing about doing it manually is you want to make sure that your gathering skill is pretty high. So you're higher than skilled 5 maybe. So that means whenever you go out and gather, you know, and make sure you're wearing some luck as well, because that's going to give you some, you know, good yields. If you're lazy to do all that, then simply invest in this node. So very similarly to investing in craft houses, I connected Altinova to the Altinova entrance here, and then connected it to the iron mine so that I can have 2 workers in here working on mining. And this is one way I'm getting blackstone powder from. Oh, sorry, the black crystal from. Because one of these nodes actually have it. So every work cycle, a batch of that's going to go back to the bank here, and then I transport it halfway across the world to Kelfion, and that's how I'm crafting my Grinnell armor. That's what my armor production cycle looks like. If it sounds complicated, it may be, but honestly, really easy. It's just the early part of getting that set up is going to be time consuming. That's about it. Alright, checking in on chat here. Rugador says, not gonna lie, being able to make the art of your guild yourself is kind of cool. That's not the idea of me. I didn't pick that because it was me. I picked that because it was a good representation of the, you know, we're all part of the guild, I suppose. MMO Nomad, that's what we call ourselves here. We got Twee Crispy Richard. Hey man, hey Richard. He says, I'm playing the mobile Korean beta because I can't afford the PC version. Oh no. Which part of the world are you in, Richard? Because that's, if you're very lucky, this game goes on sale a lot on Steam if you're in the West. That's what I've been told. I cannot see the BDO version on Steam because it's region locked for those of us here in Asia, because now that we got our own version, there's no need for us to go and, you know, try and VPN or bypass region blocks to play other versions. But the other versions on Steam usually goes on sale, so I would suggest just adding that to your wish list and wait for the next sale. You can pick it up for like $5. I heard somebody got it for, which is pretty cheap for, you know, the amount of content in here, and being that all the expansions and all the new class and everything is all free of charge. So for a sale price, I think it's actually pretty damn worth it. Bergdor says, I hate you can't just edit your comments when you make spelling errors. Yeah, unfortunately, the way YouTube works, it's all about quick, fast-paced comment scrolling. So, hey. Oh, we got Mulitik. Hey, Mulitik. What up, man? Saw you in the Arkenstone server on Friday. I was on Lotro PvMPing, and then Mulitik was there, and I recognized his name, and I was standing right next to him. And but my own character name wasn't Jeremy Adrian, so... He says, watching you run around as a free Vernomorse was hilarious. Too bad I missed the stream. Congrats on 2nd anniversary. Thank you, Mulitek. Appreciate it, brother. Rugler says, eager for some bargains. She was itching to get the flea market. And Extralax says, I played BDO right after releasing EU, but I stopped after reaching around level 50. I wonder whether they have ever lowered or changed the difficulty since then. Now, I can't really speak of that because I haven't really played any other version. In terms of difficulty, I'm not sure. Like again, prior to the level 50 content, everything seemed to go by pretty easily. Maybe for like the summon scroll bosses or whatever, there's gonna be some challenge there. But post 50, I'm not sure if the difficulty got easier or not. Maybe if there's anyone else in chat that plays the other versions, if you guys got anything to add in there, that could be helpful. We got Timo. Hey Timo. What up? He says, hey, hello Timo. He says, have you done anything with the riding life skill? I hear T9 horses can sell for a lot. I have tried to catch a wild horse. Again, for those of you that are first time here, first time watching, first time joining the stream, I'm going to open up this panel again just to show you what the life skills are. So, right here you can see, I know it looks empty right now, but I do have an alt warrior character that is way further ahead in crafting. But yeah, gathering, processing, cooking, alchemy. Now, writing is categorized under training here because I guess you're kind of like training your horse. So that's what that is. And you can go out and catch or tame wild horses. I believe for our version in Southeast Asia, we don't have tier 9 horses yet. I think the highest we have is like definitely below tier 8. I don't think we even have tier 7 horses yet, but I hear it's a very lucrative life skill because a lot of people want fast horses. Besides trying to do it yourself, there are only a couple of ways to get fast horses. Firstly, if you buy one of those legendary packs or whatever from the store, you do get a tier 5 horse, which is decent, but you know, if you want to maximize its speed, it's going to rely on horse skills. Yes, your horse does have skills like the fast speed or the, you know, quick acceleration and all this stuff. The other good ways to try and, you know, breed them, if you are high in training, the more horses you catch out in the wild, you bring them back, you breed them. like a tier 2 horse, and a tier 2 horse has a chance to you know, create a tier 3 offspring horse or whatever, and that's how it kind of works. So no, I've not got into horses yet, because for me, I'm quite a simple guy. If I have like a wagon, I'm pretty happy. For me, moving speed doesn't really matter for me. But maybe in the future, it's something I may want to do, because I can see myself, exclusive, you heard it here first, I can see myself playing BDO for a long time. This game is, I think this will be in my rotation somewhat. You know, I'm quite attached to what I like to do in BDO. So I may just try out all the life skills in time, but not for now. Writing is not one of my priority skills. Extra says, if I'm not mistaken, I have seen you standing in mob groups while farming older and not taking damage. Back in the day, my tamer took a lot of damage if I was not super quick. Yeah, that could be it. Maybe the difficulty got easier. Like, I know for BDO, Southeast Asia, a lot of things are kind of different. Like, I think the UI may be a little different, but then again, judging by what their Pearl Abyss is trying to do with the content cycle, I don't think much has changed. They're just doing the same thing that they did for the North American release, which is just pump out the same schedule without changing too much. So, like, over the past 2 weeks, there are some bugs and issues that, when that first came to NA, didn't get fixed. Now that it came here, it still didn't get fixed. So there's still issues like that. So I'm not sure, you know, how much they've actually changed with both clients. So I'm kind of running back and forth here for no goddamn reason. Let's get to gear upgrading, but I want to finish up on chat, and then we'll get into gear upgrading. Let me just get out these armor stones, which is what I'm going to be using to upgrade this Grunil armor set here. And let's go to somewhere where there's not a lot of people. Let's go to my house. There's a bunch of different, like when I say house, please don't get confused with all these. These are, let's just call these things to buy. You know, this is where you can find workshops or lodging or storage or whatever. When I say personal house, I mean your residence. Your residence is basically your player housing instance. That's where you put your bed, and I think I've showed this off already. So this is your personal instance. You can put decoration. Oh yeah, I got a maid, by the way. Let me just explain this real quick. This thing in front of me is a maid that you can get from the Pearl shop, and how I got it is through the main story, the Black Spirit quest chain. He actually gives you a transaction maid. There's two types of maid. The first one is a storage maid, which you can summon from anywhere in the world, and you can put in a certain weight limit amount of items, and she'll take it back to the town where she's installed in. So I kind of installed her here in my house in Calphion. So, but this is not the storage maid. This is the transaction maid, and the transaction maid allows me to open up the auction house anywhere in the world once every 20 minutes to sell one item. I'm not sure if you can actually buy an item, but you do get to sell one item. And to summon her, there's a maid icon here, right there, and that's how you can summon her. So again, I did not buy this from the store. This was given to me via doing the main story quest, which is why I will say again, if you're a new player, even though the Black Spirit quest chains may be boring or rudimentary or just soulless, do it. You will get Pearl Store items, which are very handy, like the maid, and I highly recommend you see it through. So this personal instance, this is where you drop in cooking utensils, alchemy tables, and your bed. The bed actually functions like a bed. If you've used up all your energy from harvesting, or gathering materials or farming or whatever, this is where you come to sleep, and you replenish energy. You replenish 2 energy every minute, I think it is. So yeah, that's the house. Okay, let me finish up on chat, then we'll get to upgrading. Yeah. We got Heavy Rain in chat. Hey, Heavy Rain, he says, congrats on 2 years on YouTube. I wish you hit 10,000 subs in this year. Oh, thank you very much, Heavy Rain. Yeah, I mean, I've seen you around since the early parts of my channel, Heavy Rain. I do appreciate you being there and commenting, watching, supporting, sharing your opinion. We're all passionate about MMOs, and we're very opinionated when it comes to what we like and what we don't. But the thing I love about all of you guys is that, even if we have different views, we come together in a respectful way, and we share our opinions. And I'm going to be very honest, I've not seen that in other MMO channels. Other MMO channels seem to be a lot toxic or whatever, but you guys are just a fucking plus. You guys are top notch, and I really appreciate all of you. You know, you guys are great. But thank you. 10,000 subscribers. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, doesn't. I'm not looking at the numbers as a tangible goal. They're nice to achieve. They're nice to have. Having more subscribers means you get more credibility, you know, as a content creator. For me, I'm just working on the next video, making sure that you guys are enjoying the content. And if you're not, then we got a problem. I'll rework my whatever I'm doing. So thank you, Heavy Rain, appreciate it. ggmyster says, I'm liking the fact that the mob knowledge ranks level as you kill them more. Is that a new change? The ranking system? Because I was told like in the other versions, it was kind of RNG. Like you kill a mob the first time, you may get an S. Then when you go back there on an alt and you kill them again, it may drop down to C. And that's why people go to reset knowledge. Simply meaning you can go to there's a librarian right here in Calpheon City where you can go to like reset some knowledge. So for example, ecology, Serendia, imps, mine imp. So mine imp, my knowledge is A+. I'm not sure if you can see the icon up there, A+. So I was told that, you know, if I go back and go kill some more mine imps, it's gonna be RNG and I may drop down to like a C. But if that's not the case, and if it actually gets higher the more I kill it, then that's a change, and I love it. That means it's great. You're being rewarded for continuously doing the content. So that means if I get all these mobs and things that I kill to the ranking knowledge of S, any alt that I run through, they're gonna die super easy. They're probably gonna drop more loot, and you know, because the more knowledge you have on a certain something, the better it gets. And that also means that when you go to talk to NPCs in town, oh crap! I don't think I've shown you guys the amity system. We'll do that after upgrading my gear. I'll show you guys what the amity system is, because I don't think I've showed that off on stream yet. So yeah, pretty cool information there. Thanks, ggmyster, for letting us know. We got Master Jet in there. Hey, Master Jet, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. And Timo says, congrats on 2 years, by the way. If you don't have a next MMO in mind, I would really recommend Warframe. Not your typical MMO, but the amount of skill customization is crazy. There was just somebody that was telling me about Warframe just today on the anniversary video. I think Philip, he commented and said, hey, you should really check out Warframe. And I'm like, oh, okay. And my reply is the same thing. You know, I'm not much of an FPS type guy. I do enjoy jumping once in a while. But as a full in-depth MMORPG review, because I'm looking for, when I review it, there are certain core pillars of things that I look for when it comes to an MMORPG game. I'm not sure I'll find it in Warframe, but you know, it could be something interesting for me to jump in and check out on like a side quest thing on Twitch. And you know, maybe, I mean, you are not the first person to recommend Warframe to me, man. Definitely not the first person. So there must be something really good going on in that game for a lot of people to tell me you may want to check out Warframe. Just off the top of your head, is Warframe, is it open world? Can you play with other players? Can you create guilds? Is it kind of like Destiny? Does it have MMO qualities? Rugador says 2 hats were hanging on a rack in the hallway. One hat says to the other, you stay here, I'll go on ahead. Amos says you are able to buy an item in the game world using the mate. Awesome. Yes. So I like that, because for some reason I thought that, you know, the mate was only for selling, but yeah, by having this mate, you can you can summon her out in the world and you can buy and sell, which is great, because you'll see at the bottom right I have this notifications thing, and this marketplace notifications are okay. So I've registered, let's just say, Ultimate Steel Dagger plus 15 Ultimate Steel Dagger, so that's a rare weapon, a great upgrade to what I have right now. And I registered that. So whenever the notification pops up saying somebody has registered that in the marketplace, I have a window of 15 minutes to get my ass to the marketplace and wait for that thing to show up. Because it's a rare item, you won't see it. It's going to be gray, and then when it finally comes out of that window, you'll see it pop up. And then you want to quickly bid on it because it's a rare thing. And by having this made, you don't have to run back into town if you're out in the world kind of farming, grinding, which is great. Let's just go to the store and let's check out the price of that mate, shall we? Oh yes, by the way, the ghillie suit is in this game. Somebody was bringing this up a few weeks ago about the benefits of having the ghillie suit. This one is gonna hide your name or something, which is kind of beneficial for PvP. It also increases your gathering +1 and a bunch of stuff. I guess for PvP, you know, kind of handy. This one came to our version, so make of that what you will. I don't have one yet. May get one. I don't know. Let's find the mate. There we go. Transaction made. So that's... I think that's... No. This one. This was... yeah, this is the one we have. This is 320 pearls. How much was the game? About, I don't know, 6 to 10 US dollars, I would say, for this maid. And again, they gave this to you for free when you do the main pearl story quest. So that's pretty worth it, right? So again, I'm gonna say it, if you're a new player, do the Black Spirit quest. Just do it, even though it's boring or whatever. Freaking do it. You get pearl store items, man. And this one's pretty handy. Alright, are we done with chat yet, or are we still going on? Because I want to show off upgrading real soon. Richard says, I'm honored. ggmyster says, go look at other players' residences. If you click on a house, you can enter other players' residences. F5 to visit. Let's... okay, so this person, Last Remnant, I just hit the F5 there in my front door, and that shows me the list of people that are using the same housing instance that I bought, right? You can see by ranks. So the more flashy decorations that you have in your house, the higher your rank is gonna be. You can see friends. None of my friends have bought this residence. Guild, I'm the only one there, and you can see my score, not great. And party. So let's go and look at the highest ranked person in this house. Oh, whoa! I just saw the person run out too, so they'd be like, "What the hell? Some guy just in Gandalf just visited my house." So he's got wall decorations. There's a cupboard here. Oh, look at that! Wow. Really? He's got 2 maids. I'm guessing one... They both look like transaction maids. No, one's a storage maid, one's a transaction maid. And they're kind of sweeping the same spot on the floor for some reason. Nice. He's got this nice bed here. These fancy decorations are probably from the Pro Store, because you can buy Pro Store decorations. And if you buy a bed from the Pro Store, you're gonna regen your stamina... sorry, your energy way faster. So the normal bed that I have that I got from just questing around is 2 energy per minute. The pearl beds are 3 energy per minute. So if you want to buy it from the store, you do get your energy back faster. Oh crap. Oh, what did I press? Why am I in his place mode? That's not right. I shouldn't be looking at his place mode. Wow, if I could change anything in his house, he would hunt me down and kill me like a fish. So he's got like his office table in here, which is made of marble. That's great. Let's chill out on his couch for a bit. Come on, Gandalf, sit down. Yeah. So I'm just chilling out on his couch with my dog. Oh, and he's pet penguin for some reason. That can't be my penguin. I don't have a penguin. Where'd that penguin come from? Guys, I swear to God, I don't have a penguin. Something's wrong here. Yeah, that's definitely not mine. If I click on my pet list, that's the 3 pets that I got. A dog, a cat, and a hawk. So, wow, that kind of scared me. It's like, I did not buy a penguin. Right, let me just catch up on chat, and then we'll do upgrading real quick, alright? Quignum says, I believe you can raise the rank by killing more. Okay, so that's excellent. That's an excellent change. I kind of like that. And, Master Jet says, hey, what do y'all think of Terra Online Console? Will it fail or succeed? Terra, I mean, for Terra's... From a combat perspective, I think Terra's combat system was made for consoles. I think it's just like BDO's is. I think they will thrive on consoles simply because of the nature of their combat system, if that's what you mean. If you're talking about the MMO in general, I cannot comment further. I've not played Terra beyond level 10, so... but that's an interesting question. Anybody that plays Terra, want to chip in? Will it be a success in consoles? Hit the chat. Quignum says, at least I farmed some of the mob knowledge to S, which is a good thing if you're a new player, and you know, just spending the extra 2, 4, 5 minutes in an area where you've already completed a quest to kill maybe 10 goblins or whatever. If you stay there for another 3 to 4 minutes and you kill a bunch more, kill 50 more or whatever, you may increase that knowledge, which is going to be helpful later on in the event that you want to raise another alt character to run through the same area or whatever. It's going to make things way easier. Rugador says, I once heard a joke about amnesia, but I forgot how it goes. Timo says, I hate FPS, being first-person shooter, and says, only ever played World of Warcraft before Warframe. Wow. We got Daniel Leung in chat. Hey Daniel, welcome to the stream. He says, Warframe is awesome. I love BDO, but Warframe is really nice too. Alright, so I'm getting a lot of Warframe testimonials here, which is interesting. Anybody else want to chip in about Warframe? Go ahead. They'll just itch me to go and download that. I know it's free to play. Timo says, yes, it has all those things and probably the best guild system I've ever have. Whoa. Rico says, opening maids. Rugador, you can open her up. Don't quote that. I did not say that. People make mistakes on stream. Amos says, Pearl items about 1 minute after registration on the marketplace. Oh, yes. That's... So, like the steel dagger... Anything that can be dropped in the game, any item that drops in Black Desert Online from mobs or from quests, or you know, anything that is non-Pearl store, when somebody registers it on the auction house, you have that 15-minute waiting period. If it's from the Pearl store, however, you have a 1-minute waiting period. Just keep that in mind, because if you registered a notification for a pet, which is what you should do, I would recommend, if you're a new player, you don't want to spend any more money than just buying the game for BDO. Don't buy pets if you don't want to spend more pearls. You can get them off the auction house. Use that method, you know. Register a pet, like the penguin. When you see somebody put that up for registration, 1 minute. Just go wait at the auction house. Keep refreshing that damn pets page, and when you see it, just click bid. It can be frustrating. It can be hard. I've done it, and I've won bids like that, you know, by just being a Hawkeye and just sitting there and waiting for it to pop. I've got a Kunoichi set. Cosmetic set. I got 16 million and I won the RNG bid. I've also got a plus 15 ultimate Uria staff that I did the same method for. I waited the full 15 minutes and as soon as I saw it, I instantly, you know, clicked bid and I won that, which is pretty awesome. So for like my weapon, I don't have to worry, especially my main weapon now, I don't have to worry too much about gearing or whatever, because I've already dropped the money, in-game money, without any extra just to get the weapon that I want. Okay, good tip there, Amos. Daniel says 680 pearls. How much is 680 money-wise? 680, 400 pearls is about... Here, let me just check real quick. Let me just open up the pearl store. Recharge? How do you add pearls? See, the thing about the Asian version, and I mean no disrespect to Southeast Asia, Asians in general. Hell, I am Southeast Asian, but a lot of the conversion stuff here, like, it's... The localization can be better. Like, a simple buy pearls would be great. So, okay, probably the buy button there, right? 320 pearls for 320 A coins. So it's A coins that I need. So I guess recharge? Check out our website. Okay, there we go. I just got a pop-up here on my browser. So 320 A coins, just keep in mind, is 10 US dollars. So 320 pearls is 10 US dollars, so about 600 something, you're looking at about 20 USD. So that's 20 USD for the freaking ghillie suit. Make of that what you will, if that is worth the money or not. See, I don't play the other versions of BDO, so the ghillie suits, or the camo suit, whatever you call it, the usage of it, I don't know how practical that is. Is it worth 20 bucks? Those of you that have played it, that are using it, hey, feel free to share your thoughts. I really want to know. Alright, let's you know, his house is nice. I'm just gonna start upgrading here. While the chat is moving on, let me just spend 1 more minute just checking on chat, and then I'll start upgrading. Rugador says, my fear of roses is a thorny issue. I'm not sure what it stems from, but it seems likely I'll be stuck with it. Ggmyster says the transaction mate looks hotter than your free one. Aren't they the same? I think they're the same. Rico says she is THICC thick. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not very hip. I'm very old school. We got Gabriel in chat. Hey, Gabriel, welcome to the stream. And sorry if I'm getting to your chat late. He says, sup, Adrian, glad you streamed this game instead. I haven't touched other MMORPGs besides World of Warcraft. Isn't BDO too grindy, bro? Honestly, it's all... There are parts where grindy as hell, like probably the upgrading system and trying to get armor stones and weapon stones, which are these things that you will need to upgrade your gear. So once you've jumped on the gear upgrading treadmill, yeah, the grind has started. But in comparison to other games, when you're grinding for better armor to do the raids, and then, you know, it's comparable. Meaning to say that BDO is not worse or it's not better than those games. It has its own, you know, grind system that is kinda odd. You know, it's very... See, I don't want to be discriminative here by saying it's very Asian, but it's just something I've not seen before, you know, doing the whole fail stacking thing, which I'll be talking about really soon. Other than that, the quest designs can seem grindy. Kill 5,000 mobs. I mean, not 5,000. Kill 500 mobs, and you gotta go and do that for like 5 or 6 different types of species. Now, that can sound grindy as hell. As I said in my vlog, you know, because of the class that I play the wizard, getting rid of those mobs becomes easy. And I don't feel that, oh man, fucking boring. I don't feel that here. Not yet. So later on, probably when I go to like Madaya, where mobs are harder to kill, or I'm dying a lot, then maybe I'll start to feel, okay, maybe I should get on that gear trade grind harder and faster, and just level up as fast as possible. And I'll tell you what the rail grind is, though. The rail grind is time. I think BDO's real grind is time. How much time can you spend in BDO, and how you spend that time. If you have it all figured out, you have a set plan. Between the first week of launch or whatever, I'm going to start creating a network of nodes for resources. Third week, I have all I need to craft my armor, and I go craft my armor. And then fourth week, I'm going to go and you know, if you're very systematic, the grind is rewarding. If you're like me, new player, deer in the headlights, figuring things out for the first time, I'm spending my time not effectively, not efficiently. I'm doing things, I'm looking at everything for the review, I'm investing my CP all over the place. So getting that back, or getting more, will take double the amount of work as compared to a player who knows what he's doing, or she's doing. So in that regard, time is one of BDO's biggest grinds as well. You know, how much can you dedicate to this game, because it does suck your life, trust me. I think ggmyster can attest to that. I can attest to that as my vlog. We have lost hours and hours of sleep just, you know, playing BDO. It's that sort of game. Daniel says, I guess Southeast Asia don't have the young wizard yet. The young wizard? I'm not sure what the young wizard is. ggmyster says there's a feature of houses in BDO that you can have your pets running freely in the house. Nice. If I check them in, I guess. And ggmyster says, I'll give it a go on Xbox. Terra's pretty fun combat. And Nicholas Rosciano says, how do you get the marketplace notifications like that? Alright, real quick, let's do a quick tutorial here. Sprint, Gandalf. Sprint. Yeah, I love that teleport. Oop, what was that? Ender Boz is now following the Twitch channel. Hello, Ender Boz. Thank you for the support. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the BDO streams. Hope you like what you see so far. I'm in the process of reviewing this game from a new player perspective, because I've never played BDO prior to me doing this for 4 weeks. So yeah, the review should be coming out in the next 2 weeks, maybe tops. Alright, Nicholas, so this is what happens. You go to the marketplace. Once you have an item, for example, if you want to register, let's say, an outfit, right? So let's type in a wizard. So we got Wizard's Kavaro weapon and outfit set. Because it's rare, you'll see that it's rare. Nobody's selling it right now. And there's only 362 of these outfit sets from the Pro Store that has been sold so far. So what happens is you can click on that and hit the notice button here. So hitting the notice, it will say that it is now registered to your notification settings. So that's how you get the pop-up at the bottom right side of the screen. Now, if you want to add that to the favorites part here, the favorites section of the marketplace and the notifications are two separate things. The favorites here simply means that you can quickly navigate to one of your favorite or most bought items or something like that. So now all you gotta do is add the list of favorites button here, and voila, it's right there. So now when you open up the marketplace, quick navigation, just click all your favorites to swap between them to see what's up and what's not. It's not the most, I mean, it's effective. if you want to grab items quickly, or if you're trying to, because sometimes, like, I know in the middle of the night I can't even type, like my spelling's all the place, and when you're trying to win a bidding war for a rare item, all these things matter. Trust me, every second matters when you're trying to win a marketplace bid in BDO. So having the favorites and just navigating there is really, really convenient. So I highly recommend that for new players. If you are trying to, people use the word snipe a lot. It's something that predates my BDO time. Not even sure what sniping means, but people usually say that. If you want to snipe something, I guess grab it before anyone else does. I suppose that's what it means. So yeah. Okay. Am I all caught up in chat yet, or is there more to go? It seems like I've been talking to you guys for like 10 minutes. Baradhor says Warframe is pretty good. You can craft pretty much every item in the game for free if you have the patience to grind for the material. That's interesting. That's nice. So there's nothing to pay. You don't pay for anything in BDO, in Warframe whatsoever. And we got Tom in chat. Hey Tom, how you doing, man? He says stopping in to say hello. Have a great stream, Adrian. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it as always. Good to see you pop in. We got Arlene JH. Hey man, he says leveling stream, yo. Nice, back again. Yep, I'm back again, trying to do the things that I probably have missed over the past 3 weeks of streaming, because BDO, more than any of the other MMORPGs I've ever done, this review cycle is the one that I've actually talked the most, trying to explain things. Like other MMOs, you'll see me playing gameplay, doing quests a lot. This one I'm actually, trying to divulge that information to you guys, because I know there's not quite a lot of people that like BDO or have played BDO. So yeah, this game is making me talk a lot, but there's a lot to explain from a new player's perspective. Trying to get, because my first week was hell, and I think you guys know, somebody that never played this type of game before jumping in, I was all over the place. But now it feels good that I'm part of it, because I can now say I've had that experience in BDO, and TLDR, I know what I'm doing. I guess that's important. We got Kairu in chat. Hi Adrian, congrats on the 2nd anniversary. Thank you, Kairu. Thank you very much. Appreciate you saying, appreciate the wish, appreciate you being here for it. Means a lot to me. Again, 2 years might not sound like a big deal on YouTube, but it's 2 years of me putting out videos almost every week and trying to, share and grow and interact and learn, and it's rewarding. Again, thank you guys. Daniel says every MMO game is grindy in some way. Agreed, Daniel. Completely agreed. All right, guys. I'm gonna start talking about upgrading gear. All right, so let's get into it. And chat, any questions or whatever. Like, I see a lot of questions in there. I will get to it in about 10 minutes. I'm just gonna go over gear upgrades real quick, and then I'll come back to chat. All right. So gear upgrading in this game. It may, on the outset, it may seem very complicated, because almost every gear in this game, when you're a new player, you'll just look at normal items. I'm just gonna bring out the marketplace real quick, because I don't have all the items at my disposal. So let's go under main weapon, for example. As a new player, a lot of the weapons or armor is gonna look just like that. Uriel longsword, it doesn't have a plus icon. It just tells you what the AP is, and between 16 to 21 or whatever, and then it has its own weight and everything. And I said at the start of the stream, your equipment do have slots for crystals. That's just a basic 101 knowledge about equipment and gear. In addition to like the armor set, the armor set bonuses, including accessories for your earrings and bracelets, rings, and stuff like that. And as you move forward in the game, you'll see a lot of different icons now start to appear. In the later levels, you'll get weapons that have icons like the +2, the +3. That simply means the amount of enhancements that the weapon has, gone through. There's different ranks for items as well. So if you have a green item and you get it to +15, that means you have enhanced it 15 times, if I'm not mistaken. So it's getting that +1 to +15 is going to be your first introduction to upgrading your weapon or your armor. So if you're planning on wearing a certain armor or using a certain weapon, nobody enhances a white rarity item, because white just simply means vendor trash, basically. Green and above is fine. Everybody starts with green, and then it goes to blue, and then it goes to yellow. Then from yellow, it hits named ranks, I suppose, because you'll see here stuff like Pry. So there's Pry rank, and then there's Try, and then there's Duo and Tet, and you know, those stuff are kind of beyond me right now because that's way higher than the level that I'm at, which is just like plus numbers. But yeah, you will see stuff like that. Duo, Tet, Pry, and what's the other one? There's another one there. So same thing goes for armor, same thing goes for amulets. That's what upgrading kind of looks like. You're adding more stats to it by enhancing it. So for accessories, you don't use stones. And we'll talk about accessories later, but we're talking about armor now. For armor and weapons, you use stones, specific stones. For armor, you've got the black stone, and then for weapons, you've got the weapon stones. Now, where do these things drop? First and foremost, if you're a new player, and if you follow the main story, which is basically the black spirit guy, this little dude. What the hell? I can't summon him in my house because apparently my house is too small. The game is slagging me off for buying a small house. Well, screw you, game. I don't want to spend the CP for a bigger house. The game told me I can't summon him. House too small. That's a first. So this is your black spirit dude. You know, doing a lot of his quests will give you stones. Sometimes, you know, he'll give you an armor stone for the first mission, then he'll give you a weapon stone for the next mission or whatever. And the other ways to get them is, you know, they do drop on the landscape when you're grinding out mobs. You know, it just has an RNG chance to drop. Another method is you can craft them as well if you have a refinery. So I do have a refinery, which I have yet to put to use, but there it is right there. If you get it to tier 2, you can craft armor stones. You get it to tier 3, you can craft weapon stones. But the materials are kind of hard to get. And then you can buy it from the auction house. Just basically, they'll drop from anywhere, including, you know, your boss summon scrolls, all these little scrolls that you get for doing your dailies or whatever. Once you kill them, they drop hunter's seals, which you can turn it in for stones as well. So trust me when I say this, at the very early on, you know, it's gonna be like, oh, I'm not getting enough. But as the more you do all these content, the various different content, grinding, doing your scrolls, you'll, you know, stock up on stones pretty quickly. So now that you have a bunch of stones, like the armor one, you can start upgrading. So I'm gonna upgrade my Grunil here. Is it still in my bag? Yeah, it's right there. So how do you upgrade? Simple. Bring up the black spirit guy again, and you have 3 options here: item reform, transfusion, and enhancement. Enhancement is the one that you want to bring up. So this is the enhancement screen, and I suppose moving forward, when you have you know, better gear, or you want to start getting serious about upgrading your gear, you're going to be looking at the screen a lot. So how does it work? Well, simply put the armor here, so that's where the Grunil armor goes, and then you can put in the black stone here. Right, so there's a little tooltip here that says the selected item can be safely enhanced up to enhancement level +5. So that simply means you can click the enhancement button 5 times, and that's going to be guaranteed +5. And at each enhancement level, you will see the stats increase in terms of the DP. You will see the DP increase, right? So I'm just going to do one the first time just to show you what the animations look like. So let's go ahead and enhance. And it's going to consume 1 armor stone there. Ta-da! So success, obviously, because it's lower than 5 levels. And now from a 6 DP, the Grunil armor is now 10 DP. This is how you are upgrading both gear in terms of armor equipment and weapons in the game. Now the difference between armor and weapons is you can safely enhance your armor sets, any piece, up to level 5, whereas weapons can go up to level 7. So there's a difference there. So let's go ahead and just do, I'm going to skip the enhancement now, and let's do all the way to 5. So that's 2, I'm at 13 DP, 3, 16 DP, 4, 18 DP, and finally 5, which is 20 DP now. So now that you've hit the safe cap, this is where RNG comes into play, and this is where it all ties back to the whole grindy nature of getting the armor stones, because moving forward beyond level 5, there is a chance that the enhancement will fail, and you will fail, I think, because it's not based on all the research that I've been doing and watching other people do this. You know, failure is very high, and you're gonna use up a lot of stones basically as a new player. And if you think that, oh shit, then what's the point? The point in failing, and the benefit of failing, is this thing here called the the enhancement chance thing, which a lot of people will commonly refer to as the fail stack. What that means, if I click enhance and I fail this one and it doesn't go to 6, I'm gonna build 1 fail stack. So the more times I fail, the more fail stack I get, until I finally get it to +6. But if it succeeds, I'm gonna use up all my fail stacks. So what people usually do, especially for other armor or better armor sets or better weapons or boss drops, which are, you know, you can't craft them, if we're talking about boss drops, what people do is they usually build fail stacks first, not on one character only, but on alts too. So you're going around and you're using throwaway gear, like cheap white gear that you can buy from Alviar, for example, and you're purposely building fail stacks on other characters, so you don't accidentally, or if you accidentally use a fail stack to enhance something lower, you can, you know, ship off the enhancement duties to another alt that has a higher fail stack. Now, the more ranks that you're trying to get, so I'm like going from +5 to +6, you probably won't need a fail stack of higher than, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not sure. But if you're going to upgrade something like a +11 or a +12, or you're trying to get the +15, then you may want a fail stack around like in the range of the 20s, I think. Again, I'm not sure, but I'm just generally giving you an idea of what the fail stack does. So let's go ahead and try and enhance this. I've got 157 armored stones that I don't mind throwing away, because I know in the future I'm going to be getting more of these anyway. And this is all for the purpose of the review streams. This is what I do on YouTube. I waste stuff so you don't have to. Alright, here we go. Ta-da! I failed. So that bastard on my first try too. I was hoping I would get like a lucky thing. So enhancement has failed, which means I build +1 fail stack. Now, failing doesn't only build a fail stack, it also has a negative effect in the sense that your items, the piece of item, every item in the game has a max durability, right? And that simply means the amount that you need to repair after a certain usage. The thing with enhancement is every time you fail to enhance something, the max durability goes down. Now I'm gonna remove my Twitch overlay real quick so you can see it. Now, you already saw me fail. So now look at the Grunil armor piece here. It's a new piece, and the durability right at the bottom has gone down from 100 to 95. So I've lost 5 max durability because I failed. And I think that that number goes up the more ranks required. Again, I'm just giving a general overview. The information here may not be accurate, so don't quote me too much, but I'm just trying to, you know, show you how it works. So let's try another one. Well, that worked. So getting 1 level only required 1 fail stack. So you can see I'm now at +6, and there's no longer a fail stack there. So I'm guessing if I were to get to 7, I probably need 2 fail stack count. I don't know. Let's experiment a little bit. Okay, that failed. No, still a 1 fail stack chance. Now again, you can keep doing this, right? But just keep in mind that the durability keeps going lower and lower and lower. The max durability, that is. And once it reaches 0, you have to repair that item before you can start enhancing it again. The thing is, you can't just take this armor, go to the blacksmith and hit the repair button. That's not how it works. To repair something that you want to enhance, you need to consume the same type of armor. So that's why people, you know, talk about creating a Grunil crafting factory so that you can build up a whole bunch of Grunil armor to repair the one that you're trying to fix. Now, if I am trying to enhance like a blue or a yellow Grunil armor, I can use a green one to, you know, repair the max durability in various varying amounts, basically. But there are other ways too, like there's a thing called memory fragment, which you can get on the auction house. It costs about 500,000 silver for 1 piece, but that one replenishes a lot more durability than just using the similar armor to replenish that. The other way is you can buy something from the store. It's called the, oh boy, Elisa or an Artisan's Tier or something like that, which multiplies the usage by ×4 or something like that. So you can you can pay real money to try, you know, make the loss of durability not as painful to redo, I suppose, if you are not up to a point where you can start crafting you know, repair pieces. Like, I need a bunch of Grunil armor if I want to get this, you know, thing up again. So that's that. Just keep in mind, you know, if you really want to start upgrading your gear, you have to make sure that the gear that you're upgrading, first and foremost, you can get supplies easily, if you know, to repair that loss of max durability. Or the other way is, of course, if you have an army of alts that have already built up, like fail stacks or whatever, by doing enhancements on lower tier items or whatever. So when the time comes for you to enhance what you want to enhance, you're pretty much going to succeed at every given turn, but you're going to need an army of alts for that, and I don't recommend it. So let's see how high I can go. I'm going to go down to like 120 stones here. So that's failed. So from +5 to +8, it only took 1 failed stack, so that's 1 failed chance. Failed. Failed. Okay, this is the first time I'm hitting 2. Right, so 5 to 8 requires 1 fail stack, and then 8 to 9 requires 2 fail stacks. Now, the durability still is going on by 5. I've not seen this number go down any further yet, so let's go ahead and enhance some more. Fail. 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 Okay, so 9 to 10 looks like it needs more than 3 fail stacks. No, more than 4. I'm on 5 now. So now I've seen a guide where another player, once he reaches 5 fail stack, he stops. He stops because 5 is a good amount, you know, to enhance a higher or rarer piece of gear, basically. So what some other players will do is they'll stop now at +5 fail stack, and they'll move this duty, this enhancement duty, to another alt to give it a go. And if that alt builds another 5 fail stack, that it only means a positive thing, because you are now benefiting from these failures, because in the future, when you want to upgrade to a higher stack, when you start again on this alt, or to bring that back to this alt, I have now +5 fail stack to use. So that's what the upgrading system in BDO uses. Now I'm gonna be very, very honest with you guys. I absolutely hate it. This method of trying to upgrade your armors or whatever just seems, I don't know if it's the fact that I've never experienced it before, or the fact that it's kind of, it makes sense in a way. It does make sense in a way, but at the same time, the developers are kind. It's like a mechanic that it knows that you're gonna fail. It knows it's gonna be a grind, so it's rewarding you for failing in that regard, because it knows you're gonna keep trying and you're gonna keep playing. And you know, it's hard for me to explain, because as I said, this is the first time I've ever encountered a system, a gear upgrading system that's like this. So I'm gonna take the risk and get it to 10. Now, if I lose the 5 failed stacks, well, boohoo, too bad. But again, it's all for the stream, purpose of the stream. So let's see if we can get a fail stack of 6. Okay, so I'm gonna stop now. I think 6 is pretty good. So I can go to another alt and build that or whatever. But that's basically how gear upgrading works. So at the end of the day, even though I've lost about, how many did I lose? Maybe 10, about 20 stones I've lost in a day trying to do this. I've got a failed stack of 6. So in the event that I now need to get maybe a dagger that's +7 or +8 or +9 to get up higher, I can bring that here and rely on this failed stack to maybe help me out and get the rank that I need. So that's that. Again, I'm just doing a very basic explanation and example of what it looks like. There are people in chat that have done this more than me, I think, and will have a better method or system or whatever, but the main point here, I think, is that it's completely RNG. I have seen somebody have like a Google spreadsheet where they estimate the rough number of fail stack that you need in order to get a certain rank. I've never gotten to that stage yet, so I don't actually know if that is accurate or not. So all I'm doing is showing you guys how it works, not what you should do to make it work. So that's my role in all this, okay? So now that upgrading is out of the way, oh look, I got a new title, Depressed. You've earned a new title, Hated by the Dark Spirit. Why? What the hell did I do? What's with that title? Where is that title? Yeah, they need to add like a title search function because this game has so many titles. Like trying to find the one that you just earned is like a pain in the ass. Hated by the Black Spirit? Where the hell is that? Why would the Black Spirit hate me? Like, what did I do wrong? Yeah, I can't find it. Never mind. But oh yeah, I'm 2 more titles away from hitting 100 titles. And the thing about titles is every 50 titles you get, I think you get +1 luck. So I am 2 titles away from getting my 3rd luck rank. And luck is always good because it increases the item drop rate chance. Alright, so I'm going to take a break from explaining stuff with the upgrading system. And I'm going to check it in chat because I think I missed a whole bunch of things here. Alright. Scrolling up. Oh my god, there's just so much thing in here. Where's the last stop here? Baradhor says, my friend was fired from his job at the road department for stealing. I have to say I saw it coming. The last time I was at his house, all the signs were there. And Gabriel asked another question. How pay to win is this game? How bad is the microtransaction? Oh... First things first, like it doesn't have RNG loot boxes. In the Pro Store, you can buy just things that you need for convenience, like pets, for example. I think pets are the most commonly bought items in the store that people often say it's pay to win, simply because, I mean, it's not. This is me not saying it. I mean, I'm not saying this, but from what I've seen, the discussions are a player with a pet doesn't have to manually pick up the loot when you see those shiny things on the dead bodies, because your pets will go and collect them yourself. Now that, to me, and your pets do have passive bonuses as well, so not for combat, that is. So my pet panel here, you'll see a bunch of different skills effect they have. So like one of them gives me 1% skill experience gains, the other one life XP, the other pet gives me a higher chance to gain more knowledge, that kind of thing. Farming XP +5, alchemy XP +5. So, I mean, it's not affecting like your combat stats or anything. Like your pets don't give you like a plus AP or a faster attack rate or, you know, casting speed or whatever. So, I guess it's more of like a convenience type thing. So that's the kind of that's what you can expect from the Pro Store. A lot of the things in here are more like make things go quicker, let you earn the XP quicker. Let you regenerate the energy quicker. For PvP, because I'm not participating in like the large node wars or the guild warfare or whatever guild PvP out there is, I don't know what exactly of those things are used. Maybe energy, maybe max stamina and weight and all that stuff, because you want to carry items around. The game lets you buy inventory slots. The game lets you buy more weight, so you can, you know, carry as much as you want. Things like the ghillie suit, like I already talked about, this one hides your name. I can see that being helpful in PvP if you want to go gank people and you don't want them to know who you are or what guild you represent. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. I have not bought this. I can't really say. Other than that, you know, it's costumes, like a full costume set here. Let me just go into costumes. Costume, like the set that I bought the game with came with costumes, outfit, I should say. So wearing a full outfit set, a weapon outfit set, they give you 10% increase in combat XP. Simply means, you know, when you go out and kill stuff, you're going to earn combat XP faster, and skill XP faster as well. That all ties down to progression in terms of like a general solid pay to win item. Like, you can't buy a weapon in here, you can't buy AP boosts, you can't buy DP boosts, or I don't think you can. Let me just double check that just to make sure if I'm correct. Because if you can, then yeah, we may have a problem with that. Alright, so there are boosts, but it's for max MP increase, which is basically your mana, and max HP increase. So, is that combat related? Is that helpful at all? Don't know. Maybe. I mean, if you're dying a lot out there and you want to increase your HP by 100, maybe this scroll is going to help you. You can get that for 30 pearls. Energy tonic regeneration. I mean, that's the... I guess if you're talking about like dirty, I think that's the extent of like some of the dirtiest things in here, in terms of giving players some form of an advantage in combat. Seeing that this is a PvP meta game, in a combat situation, I would say those are probably the things that you'd raise an eyebrow at. Everything else is just fluff. Like, really, the beauty section, pearl boxes, dye boxes, the pets I already talked about, mounts. I mean, you can do like mount breeding, and you can increase your horse XP. I mean, just most of it is just trying to help you progress faster with whatever life skill or whatever you're doing, and it's just like progression type stuff. But the really dirty stuff, AP weapons, boss gear, Blackstone's armor. Can you buy Blackstone armors? You can. Oh, it costs 1,500 loyalty points, and loyalty points you get by playing the game every day. And once you hit a certain milestone, like when I hit 200 hours recently, they gave me a bunch of loyalties or whatever. So you can buy the armor stones, the very same stones that I was using to upgrade my gear. You can buy it here, but you can't buy it with real money because you can't buy loyalty points. These are only given to you based on time stuff. So the more you play, the more you get loyalties. So yeah, it's hard for me to put a definitive figure on this pay-to-win situation that BDO has, because there are other items out there in the other versions of the game, North America, Korea, Russia. You know, there's this camp thing that people are talking about that are very advantageous to players that flag for open world PvP, and they can just be bandits out there. You know, it's not here in our region yet, so I have not been on the receiving end of stuff like that. So yeah, I guess the closer we get to the review, I'll try and actively look for those things and talk to some endgame guilds here. I'll try and reach out to like the top PvP guilds here and get their opinions and ask, you know, people just how advantageous are pro store items to help them win in those PvP. Because when you're talking about like the whole pay to win discussion for me all comes down to like several different things. How does it affect your character when it comes to like a PvP situation if the game is PvP? Like stuff like Albion Online, for example, the meta there is obviously PvP, it's guild versus guild, so what is going to affect that? In other games, you know, what we always quantify pay to win by the thing that's there to win. What are you trying to win here? So BDO is all about, you know, if you're talking about the life and skill progression things, where you want to be looking at are the ranks. Everybody has a rank in the game. You can see for pretty much everything in here, you know, who's the best at what, who's faster at what. So if you spend a lot of money boosting your life skill boosts, your you know, all that boosts, you're gonna advance up the ranks here higher. So if you like seeing your name at number 1, you could quantify that as pay to be number 1 when it comes to all these different life skills, if you wanted to call it that. For PvP, it's all the guild wars and the guild note stuff, and that's where the guild rank comes into. So if everybody in your guild has, you know, dropped significant sums of money on different things to help you get here, which again I'm not sure about because I'm not participating in this content yet. So yeah, hard to quantify. Hopefully by the review I should get some answers. But that's a really good question, and I love this kind of investigative work to see just how much does an MMO draw a line in the sand between trying to help the players move along faster and just making sure the players keep coming back and buying things from your store because they know they're gonna need it to play the game effectively. But so far for me, like the most I've spent, I just heard a loud knock. Not sure if that's the door or upstairs. Anyway, the amount I spent is basically on costume, which came with the upgrade set that I got for buying the game, and from pets. I also bought like weight basically, but that's it. That's the amount of money a new player, not more than 50 USD or not more than 100 USD. That's it. Done. Never spending money in this game again because everything else is free. So it comes down to that. I mean, for me, like, there's no need for me to, you know, be the best at whatever. I don't care. I know whatever I do in this game, there's somebody better. I go into PvP, I get wrecked. One shot in the red battlefields. I'm trying to, you know, advance fishing, whatever. There's always gonna be someone better than you. So my 2 cents there. All right, let's go on. That was a very long answer. Sorry, I'm a long-winded bastard, and I do apologize for that. But I guess I love talking. Extra Lag says, do you always solo grind mobs? Never got told to leave grind spot or get killed. I got into a PvP confrontation this week or last week, I can't remember, but I was at the abandoned iron mine just trying to kill some stuff there for the quest because I was running around trying to invest in the node, and there were already 2 people that were PvPing there, and I was autopathing. So autopathing just takes you to, it just takes the route that it has, right? And there's 2 people fighting there, so they looked at me, and I got the hell out of there. But yeah, that's the first time that I got attacked in PvP, and I got the scar on my nameplate and everything. So, but yeah, I have not gotten into. No one's told me to bugger off. No one said, "Hey, this is my grind spot." So that hasn't happened to me yet. Maybe we should go make that happen. I don't know. Let me just see if I've covered all my bases here. I guess I has. Let's go ahead and put this back in the store. I'll check in the chat, and then we'll go on to the next phase of the stream. How long's the stream been so far? Almost 2 hours. Wow. Almost 2 hour stream, guys, and I haven't even gone out and killed something yet. You guys must have a lot of tolerance just watching a guy in a purple shirt and a hat just talk crap. I hope for those of you that don't play BD or whatever, that that process has been a little informational, just showing what that system looks like and whatever. But there's a lot more that this game has that, again, I haven't even scratched the surface with. Anything else I want to shop in my bank? Nope, I'm good to go. Alright, so that's crafting. The Grunil armor, like for now, the Grunil armor is +9. I'm still using a +5 Argerian armor because, I don't want to be using an armor set with a low durability because, again, I just only started crafting the Grunil sets, which I think is done. Is it done? Yeah, it's done. It's done. Yay. So that means I can go ahead and craft another. Let's craft another chest piece. Grunil chest. I still have the mats, and I'm going to send the same skilled goblin worker and start the work. So now he's now crafting another Grunil armor, and based on all that, I can go and repair the max durability if I want to start using it. So that's that, you guys. Let's go ahead and find my wagon. This is my wagon here. That's my helmet. I can put a bunch of stuff in here. Let's just put that in there. So I'm gonna need that for tariff. What else can I drop in there? Carrots. I don't need carrots because once you've attached your horses to your wagon, you don't need to feed your wagon. And from the other previous streams or whatever, the wagon I was using was kind of like the farm wagon, but this is the merchant wagon. This is what a merchant wagon looks like. It's larger in aesthetics, and also you can fit 4 horses on it now. So the front 2 horses are mine. One's like a tier 4 and tier 5, whatever, and then the front 2 are just. Actually, the one on the left is also mine, and the right horse is just a normal horse. Like, I couldn't find a decent tier 3 or higher horse, because the benefit of attaching your usual mounts to a wagon is that when you use your wagon, your horses will gain experience. That's how I've been leveling up my training. Like, that's what it is. That's like my highest thing there, training, simply because I've been running around my wagon a lot. So before I go off and do that, let me just see how my workers are doing in terms of stamina. So yeah, everyone's kind of like dead. And is it beer o'clock yet? Yep, it's beer o'clock. So I'm gonna move on. Just gonna swap to my alt real quick, feed him some beer and whatever, and we'll move on east to Medaya. So good chance to check in chat. Sorry if I'm getting to the chat really late. I'm gonna catch up right now. Extra access or got killed immediately. Only in the PvP raid battlegrounds, not on the landscape. We got Hichimani. Damn it. Hichinami. Hello, Hichinami. He says, yo, what's up? He says, what have you been doing so far, Adrian? Well, I think I'm almost 30 minutes late to your chat, man. But yeah, basically that's what I've been doing. A lot of the researching and crafting and all that stuff. And we got Heavy Rain says, you should try naval combat when it comes, you will like it. And your MRUs are so much done with love. None of the other YouTubers do that like you. Oh man, Heavy Rain, thank you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, I would love to see naval combat when it comes to Southeast Asia. The thing about my experiences with boats and naval stuff so far is that I've actually gone out to sea with a couple of guys in chat. And the thing about sea so far, in terms of boats, is that they're buggy as hell. They're absolutely buggy. Like ggmyster had a fishing boat, and we took that out. And every island that we kind of stopped to get off and talk to the node manager, just to unlock the knowledge, the boat kind of just gets stuck. And once it's beached on the beach, we can't get the boat out into sea again. So that resulted twice. This happened twice. That resulted in us going into the sea, swimming way back to civilization where there's a wharf manager to remotely claim the boat. That's happened twice. In terms of a polished mechanic, riding horses is polished, wagons are kind of polished, even though controlling it sucks. Controlling wagons absolutely is horrible. But all of them, I think ships are terrible in the sense that when you go out to sea and you try and do like island hopping or whatever, there's always a risk that the boat will get stuck and you can't do a damn thing about it. So that's kind of frustrating. Punk says, and my house has no water again. Oh no. Well, you can collect snow from outside, Punk, and then boil them. 100 degrees is the boiling point. I'm sure you know that already. And get your water. Gabriel says, will you return to battle for Azeroth? Yes, 100% yes. If there's any of you out there watching that are World of Warcraft players and you're wondering what the hell have I been doing with Warcraft, honest answer, haven't really touched it a lot since jumping into BDO, simply because of how time consuming this thing is. But my subscription is still running, and I want to get to a point where I'm ready for Battle of Azeroth whenever it hits. That's my game plan. He also says, what server do you play on World of Warcraft right now? I play on Sourfang Oceanic PvE server. That's the server that I play on. Again, I love the fact that WoW has Oceanic servers. Oh my god, I'm out of beer. No, that will not do. I have more than 1,000 beer in stock because I've been crafting so much. There gotta be more beer. Oh, there we go. 800 beer. Give me about 200. So this is my second alt, you guys. This is my crafting alt. And he's the guy that does the beer. He's the guy that skins the animals. He's the guy that grinds stones. Let me just restart all the work again. Oh no, that's Altanova. Villi. Because once their stamina dies, once their work cycle dies, and if they don't get their beer o'clock, they just stop work, period. So you have to manually restart whatever node they were working on. And all these little icons here means that they're ready for promotion. You can promote your worker every 10 levels to try and get them to a higher rarity, which I will only start doing at level 30. So I got three shots at it. And if they fail, I'm going to fire them and try and get this yellow type rarity. Because they're more effective, they're faster workers, and they probably have a chance to roll better RNG type stats as well. So that's replenishing my stamina for workers. What's next? Pet. How are my pets? 60%. Let's go ahead and feed everybody. So that's pet food. So all these things that I've done, give my workers beer o'clock, feeding my pets, they're all come from life skills, And this guy, you'll see, he's more advanced than my other, my wizard, which is the review character. Gathering skill 2, processing professional 3, because for a lot of things like crafting the Grunil armor earlier, you need black stones, which are a rare, I would say a rare material. So you get raw black stones, and then you gotta open your processing panel, and you gotta grind that down to extract the black stones. Now the thing about that is, the higher your processing rank, the more black stones you will extract from the raw black crystal. Sorry, the raw black crystal. So that's why I got this guy to a point where his life skill processing XP is high enough so that when I start going and getting those rarer materials to craft the better armor, I'm not wasting anything. So you may want to think of that as a new player. Just try and get some of these processing stuff going while you're sleeping, so you can get like 1,000 or 2,000 potatoes and start pounding them, grinding them, AFK grinding where you're sleeping. So you're AFK progressing your processing life skill here. So that's my guy, Havelheim, warrior. I do intend to get him up after I'm done with my wizard. So let's go back, swap to the wizard, and let's go to Medaya, baby. Alright, back to chat. Gabriel says, I haven't followed your leveling stream due to real life stuff. No problem, man. I appreciate people jumping in and just checking stuff out. So, hey, Everyone says hi, Punk. Amos says failing at upgrading armor weapons also reduces the maximum durability of that item. Durability can be restored by having more of the same armor and weapons by visiting any armor vendor. Yeah. So I forgot to show off how you can repair that. I did say that, you know, you can repair it when the durability goes down, but I didn't exactly show you where. I mean, if you're in like Calphion or whatever, again, BDO has this handy feature where you can just hit the NPC icon up here, and then you can click on like weapon or whatever. So weapon's gonna take me to the weapon guy over here, right over here. Or if you're looking for the blacksmith, you can just type there blacksmith, and it'll show you a bunch of blacksmith NPCs across the world as long as you've discovered the city. And so I'm in Calphion, so it's gonna take me to the nearest blacksmith when I left click on it. So it's got really handy kind of convenience type features here. So this guy doesn't exactly do the repair, so the blacksmith is what I want. So let's go ahead and do that again. Blacksmith in Calphion. No, not the blacksmith, sorry, armor. Armor. Is it armor? Yes, armor workshop. The armor master, Dobart. So I've got him triggered. Now he's gonna auto on there. Baradhor says, don't quote me too much. You just quoted me there. I see what you did. And he also says, two peanuts were walking in a tough neighborhood and one of them was assaulted. Excellent. We got Thurston in there. Hi, Thurston. I'm way behind in chat, man. I'm so sorry if I've missed it or if you're already gone, but thank you for dropping by, Thurston. We got Michael as well. Hey, Michael. He says the number of fail stacks is totally random when upgrading from one level to another. There's no equation to number of fail stacks level. Oh, is that so? Because you know, there is the Google spreadsheet that I actually saw where somebody tried to you know, insert the various different levels of fail stacks based on what the rank was going to be. I think that's a rough estimation, more like a guideline. I don't actually think it's a real thing, because somebody, I mean, based on research, somebody tried to data mine that stuff and couldn't find it. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely RNG. ggmyster says the main concept behind fail stacking is to save durability fails on the item you're enhancing by moving it around or building the fail stack on the white trash armor from Alvia. It's basically how you know, get that fail stack up so you don't reduce that durability. Jay says LOL, and Extra Lag says more titles than Lotro. Yeah, definitely more titles than Lotro. BDO has a shit ton of titles. Under titles, like the thing I was scrolling through, all these things here, all these titles here, this is for one tab, which is called World. Now you got the Combat tab. Now you got the Live tab. Now you got the Fishing tab. Oh my god, fishing! There's more fishing titles than life skill titles. What the? Oh look, that's a title called Punk. Just for you, Punk. Right there in BDO. BDO's calling your name. All right. What else? Enfogate says it's there near the top. Okay, it's been a way long time since that chat. Sorry if I'm not following. Are you talking about titles? And Amos also says that title is for failing upgrading. That's what it is. And right at the top, somewhere here then. There, hated by the. Okay, there it is. Hated by the Dark Spirit. Title requirement enhancement R. Cool. All right, awesome. Nick says that achievement was just there by the mouse. And Enfogage says ghillie suit doesn't work on Node Wars. The effect is disabled during sieges. That's cool. So during a Node War, like if you buy that store suit that I was talking about that would hide your name or whatever, that doesn't work for like the big guild wars or whatever. But if you're out in the world trying to gank people or whatever, then you know you might find that suit fun. Or if you're trying to avoid other players, you might find that suit helpful. Just crouch in the bushes. Nobody can see you. ggmyster says buying storage and worker lodging, I think, is the closest to pay-to-win BDO has. How do you do that? How do you buy workers from the store? I did not see an option to buy workers. And again, I think BDO. Hey, Prolibus, if you're watching, store needs a search function, guys. You for an MMO perspective, you know the game has a lot of like convenient stuff in game, but when it comes to like the simple things like you know, having a search function for bags or storage or these guys just don't like the search function. Oh, it's right there. My bad. Sorry, Prolibus. I take that back. All right, so I don't find workers in here, but storage is probably your weight or inventory slots, because you can get inventory slots right here. Alright, so you can buy, you can add +1 storage to all the towns in the game. One slot's like 600 loyalties, which is, in my opinion, not worth it. Other than that, probably under function. So inventory expansion coupon, you can buy 8 slots in your bag for 180 pearls. That's actually not too bad. I mean, if you really run out of space. But as a new player, again, you don't have to, man. The Black Spirit, he gives you about, I think I've gotten about 10 free inventory slots just by doing the main quest. Do the main quest, and if you still feel like you have issues with inventory, get a damn wagon. Get a damn wagon. It's so easy to craft. And if the wagon is not your thing, fine. Buy the expansion coupon. Who am I to tell you how to play the game? But I'm just saying that there are other ways in game to try and, you know, mitigate you spending real money if you don't want to. There you go. More storage. You can buy storage here. So yeah, I guess these are like advantages stuff. Oh, there you go. Worker lodging. So is that what you mean, ggmyster? By expanding the amount of worker lodging that you can have in a town or whatever. Because, again, the more workers you want to have in a certain town, you have to purchase lodging, those house lodging things for your workers, and those cost contribution points. And contribution points at level 50 and beyond is going to be, again, hard to get after the soft cap. So I guess just paying money to get more. Oh, but there's a restriction. You can only buy 3 per family. So I can only get 3 more worker lodgings, and then it's done for your account. You cannot get more. So, alrighty. Gage also says there's really no direct item from the Pearl Shop that can make you pay to win, but there are items in game that can make you grind faster to gain power. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. First things first, I was saying earlier that, you know, where to repair the durability. I'm kind of stuck in the wall, sorry. Alright, so this guy, he has the option, basically anybody that has the repair option, you'll see right there, click on that, and you'll have 3 different options. One is to repair your equipped items, the other one is to repair stuff in your inventory, and the one on the left is to recover max durability. So if I had my Grunil armor here, which already went down by maybe 20 durability because I failed maybe like 20 times or whatever, I would drag the Grunil armor here, and then in this slot is where I put in another piece of Grunil armor, because as we already talked about, you need the same piece to recover the max durability. So if you have like 100 Grunil armor in your bag or whatever, hit the continuous button and recover everything. So that's how you recover durability from the blacksmith. Let's go ahead and get to the wagon, and let's head east, because it's gonna be a long ride. So I can check. I will check in on chat then. So let me just get in my wagon. Registration. Copy that. Take me to my wagon. Okay. Extra Lag says, for me, true pay to win is only related to PvP or if you compete with guilds for PvE titles, like server first titles. Yeah, that's a good definition when it comes to that, because you know that in itself is a competition and a pretty coveted one as well. If you're talking about like server first or world first, like I don't know if PvP, if BDO has that actually. I've not seen. Well, I guess the guild ranks are like the closest thing to that, because once you're number 1 on the guild ranking, you know that pretty much means your guild is somebody. You see what I mean by the controls on this thing is a piece of shit. Like wagons are terrible to control. So I am going to go to the city of Tariff, this little town on Tariff. Tariff, right here, because that's where one of my main quests is. So let's go ahead and head to Tariff. This is going to be a very long ride, so if you are a solo player that don't want to be... Oh, it's shit. It's on the other exit? Fine. So your wagons can get stuck like that, so sometimes you just manually take control and try to help it along. And, alright. Alright, checking in chat now. ggmyster says there's also a thing called fame. When you reach various tiers of fame, the game rewards you with silver in your mail. Oh, the House Fame Fund. I got a recommended reward here. I'll check that later. But there's also some like compensation stuff. There was some issues with logging in a couple of days ago, so there's like maintenance there. This thing, what is this? GM's Blessing. GM's Blessing. It literally says that. Recovers energy, gives you bunch of XPs for an hour. Awesome. That's cool. I like that. That's nice because a lot of people were having trouble logging in. A lot of people were having trouble logging in over the past, I don't know, day or so. So even though I wasn't online and I wasn't affected by that, they're giving everybody compensation, which is always nice. Some games don't even give a shit. They just like, oh, too bad. And this is an Asian MMORPG again, and for me, the standards, like, because I don't have much to judge it on or judge it against, this is like the first really Korean MMORPG that I'm really investing my time in. So I got nothing to compare that against, but when it comes to stuff like this, pretty good. There's another one. Here's compensation. This one is Blessing of Camisville. I'm not really good at pronunciations. Camisville, which gives you +2 energy recovery and 20% item drop rate for 1 day. That's pretty awesome. And I've got 2 of that. Oh, my horse just leveled up. Hidalgo is now level 10. So as I was saying earlier, once you attach your horses to the wagon, and this wagon, you can attach 4 horses. I've only attached 3, so they're all earning XP. That's why I like taking the wagon and doing the long-ass journey from Kelfion to Altinova or, you know, to Madaya. So look at how long that journey is. In that period, my horses will get a decent amount of levels or whatever. Alright, now checking in chat again while the journey is ongoing. And for Gage says, so in a way, so in some ways pay to win, but not directly. Pretty much I would say in that regard. But again, I want to see how if I get owned by something I know that's pay to win, then, you know, I've experienced it. So hoping to see if, you know, I could talk to some guilds about what they do to ensure that, or what they spend in the store to ensure that, you know, they're a guaranteed #1 in the node wars or anything. That could be interesting because I've never done that before. I've never reached out to other like guilds or communities to get an opinion for the review. So that's that. Gabriel says, Adrian, bro, I dare you to play EVE Online and make a review out of it. Oh no. Not oh shit, what's my wagon up to? EVE Online, I mean, it's on the list somewhere. Like, the thing I want to play as much as I can, or you know, level whatever as much as I can, and create reviews. EVE will probably come later in the future, but not anytime soon. But it's definitely in there. Nick Scryer says, PvP grinding. What time was that? Half an hour ago? No, Nick, I'm going to Madaya to do my quests, just my normal quests. I'm going to continue the story, and I'll talk to, you know, the stream about what the main story is, but I'm not doing any group stuff tonight, man. Carlo Lyuk says, can you please post the C server site, please? Okay, since you ask, and because I'm a nice guy and I'm one of the nicest streamers or YouTubers out there, I will do that for you. C video index main. Carlo Lyug, here you go. I have that bookmarked, but for some reason it didn't show up on my bookmark. That was weird. ggmyster says, I'm gathering in video while watching your stream, which is handy, you know, because I talk a lot and it's boring kind of watching a guy talk a lot. So that's a good thing. But now I'm gonna go fight a lot. So look, if you look at my bar, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but I am 67% into level 53. I don't think I'll get level 54 tonight. It'll be awesome, but it's gonna be a long while because I can guarantee you combat experience and all that just slows down so much. And for Gauges, have you checked the new accessories for newbies? The next tier for the Treant accessories is called the Asula. Yep, I got the update. I actually got the update about the Asula, and that drops in like areas that I am currently questing in. So yeah, video has this feature where you can bring up this panel and it'll show you all the weapons that drop in a certain area. So for Asula and whenever I like abandoned iron mine, I think it drops here. There you go. So in the abandoned iron mine, which I do have some quests in, you know, the new Asula set can drop. This one, 3 pieces gives you 300 HP, 5 pieces gives you 20 accuracy, which is great. But it's the AP and the DP up there that's really worth grinding for. So it also tells you where the different stuff drops. The ring will drop from Helm's Post, the earring will drop from Helm's Post, and then the belt will drop from the Azreck Shrine. So that all that information is basically, you know, just use that as a reference. Go there. I mean, for me, I'm not gonna go and actively go to a grind spot and start trying to get the gear. I'm usually following the quests, and I've been pretty lucky with some of the blue drops so far. Even on stream, like, I'm not sure how many of you guys saw this Tuesday's side quest stream or whatever, but I did get lucky there, so maybe I'll get lucky again. Who knows? And Cambone23 says 12 o'clock, boys. Jason's shots fired at Punk. ggmyster says just got a shard from gathering. Woot, making gains. Awesome, ggmyster. I got one too on my warrior earlier, which was like the first time I've ever got a shard. Nightbot spams, and forget just contribution points only become so slow when you reach around 250, which is about 100 away from me, around there. And Punk says, wait, what happened? I was playing the guitar. ggmyster says you should try talking to Suna BBDO. He's on SE server in the Exalted Guild. 59 sorcerer. He has about 350 subs on Twitch. May help you with your questions. Yeah, sure. I don't mind getting in touch. I really don't, because, you know, I do have plans for an MMO discussion video that could be interesting. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I want it to be a real interesting kind of surprise or something. So, yeah, that could be pretty awesome. Heavy Rain says, RuneScape, did you play it? Long time ago. Very long time ago. Don't remember too much about it. It was one of those periods where, you know, I was trying something that some friends were diving into. I don't remember too much about it. And for Gage says, we helped that Exalted Guild on the Node Wars today to take the castle. Yeah, see, I'm on a different channel, so I haven't really seen what the results of the Node War is. So I wonder if you... I wonder if at the end of the day or whatever, you can see like a scoreboard for the Node Wars. Hasn't updated here yet. I mean, I do see some scores, but it doesn't show like the guild that has the most node or territory or whatever, so maybe it hasn't updated yet. Or maybe it's still ongoing, right? It's between 9 PM to 11 PM GMT +8. That's when the Node Wars are happening, so that's pretty interesting. And Forgate says the war was a clown fiesta, but it was fun. I'm gonna have to try and get a... I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try and get within close range of one of those wars, and then do like a cinematic capture of the, you know, the guilds fighting or whatever. That would be pretty cool to have as a piece of footage for my review. See, that's the kind of wagon that I want, man. Like, it has a cool, pretty covers and everything, but that one's from the store, and that costs like 800, I think. No, 780 pearls. That's almost like 30-40 bucks to get a cool looking wagon skin. So not worth it, man. It's just so not worth it. But like I said, for a buy-to-play game, you get all the content free. There are people who, you know, would throw money at it and get, you know, stuff like that, which is completely fine. All right. Just make sure that I have everything that I need. Oh yeah, the event Pirate Rum. I still got Pirate Rum here. That event is kind of ending soon. Might as well consume one. I've talked so much, I left my coffee untouched, and it's now cold. So I usually ask questions on streams like this. So tonight's question is going to be about mounts, horses, and transportation type stuff. My question is, which MMORPG you guys have ever played that has the best mount control mechanics or mount control scheme or mount control system. Just basically mounted transportation in general, from the riding if there's mounted combat, anything got to do with mounts, horses, dragons, whatever. As long as you can ride it and use it to get from point A to B or do something more with it. Which MMORPG has the best mount system that you guys have ever played? Let me know. I want to know. In the meantime, I'm just gonna check the towns and see what I need to do now. Try and get a weapon workshop going on as well. That's new. I did not see that there. There's a complete now button on my crafting where I can spend 6 pearls to auto-complete my Grudil armor. I did not see that. Swear to God, I did not see that. Even for the wagon, I didn't see it. But now you can spend pearls to auto-complete armor crafting. It makes sense to monetize that, I suppose. Because some of these, depending on your worker skill level, can take up to an hour. Mine is an hour long. So, hey, if you want to spend like 20 cents or whatever, make that go. It's in autocomplete, insta-complete. You can do that, which I never knew until now. So, my previous weapon workshop was up here. Yeah, there you go. This is a tier 4 weapon workshop. And that's for like the urea and stuff. But, I guess that's later because I got a pretty decent weapon now. I'm not really looking into upgrading weapons anymore. And for Gage says, do you know you can make your pet loot faster by setting the pet command to agile? Not actually. I mean, I just bought the pets and then never bothered again. Like I've never really touched the pet commands again. So this is the pet panel. Then there should be an agile button here. Is that what you're saying? Pet command, fetch, special, follow, average. Where's this agile button you're talking about? I mean, I do know that, you know, if you want to exchange your pets and make them go from like tier 1 tier 2, you're gonna need more pets to do it, and I'm not sure if that comes out later on or what, but I don't see I don't see the option. Professor Kaken says, I haven't tried the Guild Wars 2 mounts yet, but Black Desert Online probably has the most interesting so far with the mounted combat and the horse progression system. Okay, and for Gage says, I like BDO mounts because breeding is one of the things I like in the game. Awesome. And Amos says, World of Warcraft, Sandstone Drake or the Hog being able to have a friend and party member right along. I like that. Yeah. For me, Warcraft, I was really interested that, you know, I could ride on a friend's mount and two of us could like fly together in the sunset, whatever. Those were cool. At the same time, yeah, I do agree. BDO has some really interesting things that you can do. And for Gage says, right click the average. Right click the average. It's now set to agile, cautious, average. Alright, let's read this stuff. So under average, this is your choose from cautious, normal, and agile. The quicker your pet becomes, the higher its stats will get, but it'll also drain the hunger gauge faster. So agile simply means it'll pick up the loot faster, and then it'll. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Cautious, I guess, is I will not pick up the loot as fast as normal, so that means their hunger won't go down. Well, I've got all the pet food in the world, so why the hell would I not want to be in agile? And for Gage, thank you very much. I've learned something very helpful today. This is gonna be great because, you know, with my pets at level 10 or whatever, I usually never have to like double back and re-pick up the loot that they miss, but it sometimes does happen. So with this option, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Okay, so here we are in the town of Tariff. This is Tariff right here. And before I get started on questing in earnest, let me just finish up on chat here. Heavy Rain says Black Desert Online is a beautiful and complex sandbox game full of activities without a real endgame, lots of grind, and weak PvE. Pretty accurate, I would say. I mean, when it comes to like the PvE and everything, parts of it are largely forgettable. Main story is one of the things, and I'm a story hunter. I think you guys know that by from the pattern of watching all my reviews. At the same time, Asian MMOs and again, I'm not trying to discriminate. I am Asian, but there's a general trend that I've noticed from being a news writer for the MMORPG industry and learning and seeing and hearing about all the different MMOs. When it comes to story, it's generally seen as a complementary part of the game and not really an important aspect for Asian type games. I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. Everybody has different preferences, based on whatever you like to play. So all that stuff I'm saving for the review. I don't want to give away too much. Yeah, Tariff. There's a lot of quests that pops up right now. You guys can see that. Those of you that never played BDO before, like some of these are going to be... oh, cool. I can trade in my Hunter Seal here as well. Nice. Oh, I can get a grade 3 weapon reform stone. Nice. These stones are how you upgrade the rarity, like from a blue to a yellow or whatever. These stones will do that. So that's nice. I finally found a person that does this. But yeah, townspeople have quests. That house icon simply means this is a story quest. And I'm saving all of these for my warrior. I don't want to do any of these story quests on my wizard. This guy's primarily, that's just a main story quest guy. Okay, moving the chat along. And for says you can check the loot time. Jusmel says WoW and BDO, because WoW you could be a druid and have players ride you. BDO is pretty solid mountain riding and is horse racing in later patches. Kaiken says having Agile on pet set probably consumes the energy faster, which I actually don't mind. I don't mind it at all, simply because I've got a lot of pet food in storage on my other character that I can just log in and feed them. So I'm not really bothered by how quickly they used your energy. But let me just see. Earlier was 96%, I think it is. And now it's 94. And that's about 5 minutes. So I guess in like 30 minutes, it'll go down to like half an hour. Adrian says, here I fixed it for you. Black Desert Online is a beautiful and complex sandbox game full of pop-in without real endgame. Lots of grind and weak PvE. What? I saw you said the pop-in. Like, what do you mean by pop-in? I'm not sure I follow that. Oh, Liverdo staff has just been registered at the marketplace. Now, a Liverdo staff is another highly coveted weapon. Even though I am using an Ultimate Uria plus 15, Liverdo is way better in terms of its bonus. Like for me, Uria does like plus 20 damage to humans, good for PvP. Liverdo does it for all species. Basically, any mob in the game it does extra damage to. I can't open up the damn thing. It's kind of stupid. So this was registered. What time is it? 11:23. So in about 15 minutes, I'm gonna bring out the maid and I'm gonna try and buy that. Let me just see how much money I have, because I know these things are pretty freaking expensive. I don't think I have enough silver. Marketplace. Liberto. 8 million's not bad at all, actually. That's the item effect. Extra damage to all species plus 5. Now, of course, it's gonna be really hard to upgrade this thing, obviously. So I guess what I really should do is wait for somebody to sell a better version of that, but that could go up to like the millions, like way higher crap. Pry Liverdo stuff, that's 120 million the last time this was sold for. Pry Liverdo, but that's what you get, almost 100 AP for that, and you get extra AP against monsters. You get the crit hit as well, and this one gives the Liverdo gives you 2 crystal slots. So I mean, Uria and whatever, it's Uria, Grunils, they're like the pre-boss gear stuff, and then once you have the resources or whatever, then you want to start gearing for boss stuff. And Liverdo, they drop in like a weapon bundle from doing bosses or whatever. So once you're ready to start getting boss gear or whatever, I guess the Liverdo is a good start. There's a world boss currently going on, and that's the Kazarka, Kazarka, and he drops probably the best ones in game. Let's see if anybody have sold that real quick. And I'm using staff as an example because that's what I have. So Kazarka. No one sold that. I mean, the boss has only been out for like a week and a half. I don't think anybody's gonna sell a Kazarka weapon on this server because it's one, it's new, and secondly, it's so damn good. Unless you're really crazy, you wouldn't want to be selling the best, you know, weapons in the game. So hey, all right. Last check in the chat, and then I'm gonna continue the story here. Adrian says the pop-in is referring to texture loading in objects. Gotcha. Yeah, I've noticed that. It doesn't really bother me too much, I suppose. Like, it's not something that I would look at and go, ugh. But now that you've mentioned it, you know, I'll keep a lookout for it and see how jarring it is. Because, you know, when I make videos or when I make like vlogs and everything, I'm not this you know, texture popping in and everything are not things that I actually look at, because when I'm playing the game, I'm you know, kind of immersed either in the combat or whatever. So I will now keep a lookout for that and see if it's actually jarring and disruptive for my gameplay. If it's disruptive to watch, then, you know, oh well. ggmyster says if you're in Tariff, you may not have the silver there. Should go to where you have the silver. Yeah, I don't plan to buy anything because I know I don't have the silver. So there's no point trying to pull out the maid here. Calino? Hello, Calino. Calino says, don't bother with that yet. You'll need your awakening weapon. First, upgrade it. That's true. Level 56 awakening weapons. It's not here yet, but once it comes to the Salvation server, then yeah, we're gonna... That's another upgrade grind, I suppose. That's when, you know, all our classes will get a different combat style and weapon. And yeah, good advice. I mean, if you're lucky to get a Liberto now, then, you know, if you've got all the time in the world to do what you want with it, great. If not, then I guess just wait. Professor Kagan says the objectives of a sandbox isn't the end game, I don't think, but creating a balanced economy where playing years doesn't and collecting mass wealth doesn't put you too far ahead. And he also says enter fail stacks. Professor Kagan says it's mostly about creating a space you can play with friends as long as you want to be without being done. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's an accurate description. That's how I like, you know, feeling currently in this world. Alright, anyway, I'm going to continue the story here for about maybe half an hour, trying, you know, move it along, and then I'm off 12 a.m. I'm setting myself a limit. I don't want to go above 3 hours long anymore with the streams, because I realize nobody watches it, except you guys that are live, obviously. And I've also brought back the weekly vlogs to recap whatever I've done during the week, because a lot of people prefer that. So 3 hours is the max I'm going to set myself, so tomorrow I'll have a fresh start, get to work, and more videos coming out too. So, what is the story so far? Like, last week I didn't do any of the story. Last week, when it came to the Black Spirit stuff... Oh, hang on. I should probably pick up my scrolls. I forgot to do that. So, the Black Spirit dude does give you a bunch of repeatables that, you know... stuff like the Red Nose. I mean, those are boss scrolls that you can pick up and do. I can do later in the week. Which drops hunter seals and whatever that we can trade in for the black stones. Alright, so as I was saying, last week when it came to Black Spirit, I was, you know, grinding out all those mobs simply because I had just hit level 50 and the Black Spirit wanted me to get stronger and prepare myself for the Medaya update. This is the Medaya update. I'm now in Tariff. I've already been to Altanova. And basically the story is, in terms of the larger narrative, this world that my character is in and the Black Spirit is in, has, you know, this various different races, and there's politics between the major towns and territories. So there's Balanos, Serendia, Calphion, and then you got the Medaya over there. So there, in terms of me following the story, I've noticed that there is some deep lore regarding these different territories, and there's like political strife. In Calphion, it was all about, I don't know, just royalty and just very up high class people in Calphion. That's what their story was. When you come to Medaya, it's about, you know, this kid prince or whatever being dethroned, and the city of Altanova is being run by the Merchants Guild, which are a bunch of shady people that are, keeping the city of Madaya alive. And Madaya is actually pretty cool because it reminds me, all the city and towns, they're kind of based off some real life architecture. Calphion is like Venice, for example. Madaya kind of reminds me of like an Egypt, or a Morocco kind of place. It's got that vibe. The music's there too, and there's bits and snippets of story that I've followed so far that is there, and but for me to dive into more information about who these characters are, the game doesn't really do that. So I use like the Wikipedia, or I'll watch the YouTube of somebody explaining that lore to me. So Black Spirit, I've checked out Altanova, helped them out with some issues at their mines, because the Merchants Guild are running the city of Altanova, and they're kind of surviving off the labor, the abandoned mines nearby, so that's where they're making their money. But it's kind of over infested with barbarians, which they're not humans. They're kind of like a large troll type things, and they're kind of taking over the mines. So I was there questing, trying to help out the people of Altanova, and now I've been sent here to the town of Tariff, which is just slightly west of Altanova. Altanova's right there. So these guys seem to be having issues with the wandering rogues. So I guess I'll find out what the story here is. Let's go talk to leader of Tariff, this guy, Ahon Curis. What do you got for me? Welcome to Tariff. I'm Ahon Curis, Chief of Tariff. If your visit related to the visit of this shrine... That sentence didn't make sense. Is your visit... Okay, there we go. Is your visit related to the visit of this Sarma and in any way? Wow, that's a mouthful. That's 120 contribution XP. Love it. Let's go. Tariff is not the only thing we have to protect. So there's 2 different quests here. I got Lost Woman here. Did Mr. Neruda Shen, and Neruda Shen is the leader of the Zen Merchants Guild over at Altanova. I feel sorry for what happened in Altanova and at the abandoned iron mine. Exactly what I was talking about. After Ilezra took the Forbidden Book and fled. Now this is where the game does this a lot. It throws in a name that you've probably never heard before. So you, in the back of your head, you're like, who? So after Ilezra took the Forbidden Book and fled, there hasn't been a single day of quiet in Madaya. There are some traces in the south, but I can't say anything for certain. So that's 40 XP. So in total, that was like, what, 160 XP for 2 dialogues. Alright, so that's still not done. Forbidden Book of Lost Tariff now. Let's do this. Do you know Ilezra? I don't. That's twice you're bringing up this crap. So why don't you tell me, or give me a quest to go find out who? I wouldn't have thought she'd bring a disaster in Madaya. A few years ago, Ilezra was down in front of the town. That rhymed. She couldn't even talk, and her hands were in terrible shape. She needed treatment, and we just felt we needed to treat her. So we let her stay in Tariff. If we had set her on the right path at the right time, this chaos wouldn't have happened, and I regret that we didn't do that. Afflewise, I have something to show you. Yes, show me, now.
We will succeed the legacy of Kashin.
I'm still waiting to be shown something. But my quest tracker did update over here, so it's check the abnormality in Tariff, investigate the forbidden spells. So let's use the auto tracker and let's see where she wants me to go. Questing in general can be a little sophisticated. 90% of people don't read that. I think I'm the only one that reads the chat. So I mean that reads the dialogue. In the way that I do. So here's the instructor. Oh, okay, I see it. So there's some Harry Potter bullshit going on here. So lots of Wingardium Leviosa things happening in this room. Definitely some black magic or something. So let's talk to this guy who has things to say. It may be true that Ilezra was after the Forbidden Book. Things got this way after that witch ran away. If you've got guts, try investigating inside. I just went inside. Okay, what am I looking for? It's usually, if I find something, there we go. So like all these little fetch type quests that requires you to, activate something, you just go to somewhere near and then you'll see the interact menu go up there. So just hit R. And Look closely. Something is written very faintly. This appears to be an unknown spell written in the ancient language. And that's one objective complete. The other one is to check the abnormality in tariff. So my pet is kind of just, you know, showing me that thing there. Oh yeah, since I'm not doing combat here, let me just make sure my pets are in average mode first. Spell paper. Nope. What else? Anything else in the house? Forbidden books. Look closely. The book is locked shut. Okay. So now that I've checked it out, I'm heading back to the leader of town. Let's turn that in. I mean, I'm not sure if I've showed the questing. Maybe in week 1 and week 2 I've showed off the main questing system. But if you, this is your first time watching, this is the general flow that you will be expecting to see, or you should expect to see, not only for the Black Spirit quests, but for the general story quests as well. I mean, they do have mechanics like that. They do have a lot of dialogue sequences that, you know, if you're someone who doesn't like to read that stuff, or are easily frustrated by the fact that you're not getting the entire conversation in one panel, you have to click multiple times to advance that conversation. If you don't like that, you're in trouble, because 100% of the game uses that kind of system. It doesn't do anything else. There are cinematic cutscenes once in a while. Sometimes it auto plays. Sometimes you'll see it the option with the media film icon there that you got to click manually to get that cinematic to show up. So when it comes to like PvE, main story, whatever, your mileage will absolutely vary. Like for me, I definitely think it could be so much better. So now I'm getting 2 different things to turn in here. So Lost Woman, let's just go talk to this one first. Applewise, there's no time to lose. Baradhor 3, and Baradhor 3 is like the prince that, the rightful ruler of Altinova that got cast aside because he's a kid. So that's why the Shen Merchants Guild have, and Neruda Shen has kind of taken over the city and are leading, because they are the ones with the wealth. They're the ones that control the trade. That's why the kid has no say. So I'm on the kid's side. I'm just letting you guys know that as the player, you're on the kid's side. So that's what you're trying to do. Help the people of Altinova. Alright, let's turn this in. Okay, I've got 2 different quests here. Tracking Elezra. I suppose that's one story quest now that I gotta follow. So, because earlier on, like in Calphion and even in cities before, it's very, very basic. Your Black Spirit will give you one quest chain, and you only follow that one quest chain. It never really branches out into like multiple stories. So far, what I'm saying, I'm getting multiple stories, which for me is great. You know, so that's different leads for me to go and track down, and there's more for me to do if I'm ever tired of grinding powder, fishing, or whatever. At least there's some content here to pursue. So I heard that Elezra, who fled from Tariff, is cut off in the south here. We're now going to chase the Wandering Rogues. Oh, there we go. So we're going to the Wandering Rogues den. Let's do some fighting. Would you mind giving us a hand? Sure thing. Next, Bolero sends, you're just in time. I met Bolero when I left the Sarma outpost. Bolero's kind of a timid shy, but sometimes he gets seriously worried about some things. And every time he worries, his fear becomes reality. I tried to ignore it, but I was too busy. But it's really bothering me. He realized something. I want you to help Bolero, if you have time, of course. I always have time. Okay, let's turn into this person now. The abnormality is continued even after Elezra left. It means her power still remains here. More quest. The founder of Tariff, which is basically her. Elezra gained strength, and through the Book of Cartian, Alan Serbin wants to tell you the whole story. Now, I've heard of Alan Serbin from somewhere, but again, I have no idea who the hell he is. He's very curious about you. I guess I'm jumping the gun. Do you want to meet Alan Serbin? Well, since you've brought him up, I don't have a choice. Let's go find Alan Serbin. So, rookie mistake. It's, you know, when she says directly behind me, it's not literally directly behind me. Alan Serbin. Screw it. I'm just gonna use the auto pathing thing. Oh shit! Alan Serbin is a painting? Did the painting stock? Because if that is the case, then this shit is so Harry Potter, man. Alright, Alan Serbin, let's see if you talk.
I've noticed the way you
Oh shit, you do talk.
A trained combatant.
Ah, you're the one who's talking to Ahon Kirus. She's full of charm, isn't she? But that's not the point. So, what do you want to see about me? What do you want to see me about? Okay, I'm reading that wrong.
How much do you know about the Book of Karshan?
Don't be shy about learning new things, especially when I'm the teacher. I've been living in this picture frame for so long that my mind wanders sometimes. I hope you understand. Well, first, nice to meet you. I'm Ellen Serban. I'm the one who founded Tarif with the great sorceress Cardian. After Cardian left, I also sealed the Book of Cardian, which has her power under that scuffling Letusa tree for the first time. Well, I've become like this since then. Haha. I was trying to do something good. But everyone who wanted the Book of Cardian was corrupted. I'll let you see the scuffling Letusa tree. How's that sound? Oh man, doing the main story on a live stream, it can be hard for you guys to follow, you know, because that's how the conversation thing happens. If it was any other way, like there are parts of this game where, you know, sometimes that in the cutscene cinematic where the characters will be talking with themselves is so much better than giving you this crap. And I say crap, you know, loosely, but sometimes it's when you're trying to, you know, understand the full story, but you have a lot of these things jumping out at you at once, you know, and you're trying, especially when you get to a town or a zone for the first time, the game kind of treats you like you've been here your whole life, and, you know, you're trying to figure out what exactly they mean by these things. So learn about Letusa, blah blah blah. So I'm guessing that's gonna be from here. No.
We will succeed the legacy of Karshan.
Learn from Letusa.
Living in the confines of this frame can be a tad aggravating.
Oh, it's under the tree or something like that. Yeah, I got it. There we go. Scuffling Letusa. So a tree in Tarif Town called Scuffling Letusa. When you look up, there are various hanging amulets and tightly woven Tarif ropes. They seem to serve as some kind of ward against evil spirits. Okay, so that gave me knowledge, which is always good, I suppose, because every piece of new knowledge you earn will, you know, go into a topic. For example, this entire cluster, like, okay, let's go under people. So people of Eastern Balinus, this entire thing, people of Eastern Balinus is a topic, and residents of Villi is a topic. Whenever you complete a topic by getting those knowledge, so if you talk to somebody, you gain knowledge of that. This person, for example, completing a topic is how you get, excuse me, energy points. So the more you learn, the more you grow as a character in BDO, and the higher your energy pool, which means longer stints out there in the farm, gathering or whatever. Alright, check it in chat before we continue any further. Actually, like I says, popping issues for me were quite annoying. I found the game was the best looking MMO if standing still. Now you'll recognize pop-ins and the game is spoiled for you. Hopefully not, and some do not perceive it that much. Actually, no, even now, like, maybe, I think, no, looking back at it, maybe when I first log in, when the game is loading all the assets, all the art assets for the first time, like the first login of the day, that's probably when I see it the most. But usually out in the world, or, you know, when there's lag, especially like during the world boss, when Kazarka spawned and I'm in there, yeah, the lag happens and there'll be a lot of texture loading in and whatever. But, you know, out here, when I'm doing like really fast movements, are these things what you're talking about? The pop-ins? You know, when I move around and you see the... Sorry if it's annoying, but like when you see this, is this part of popping? Because I'm really trying to actively look for that and see how fast I can get annoyed by that, to see if that's an actual issue that I should bring up for a review. For the review, that's how I work. You know, I get a lead, I'll investigate, I'll experience it, and then I'll share my opinion. Okay, next part of the chat. ggmyster says, and I got work in 9 hours, so no long streams. Professor Kagan says 6-hour streams would be aight. Probably if you break them apart with a 10-minute break or something. Oh, which I tried to do. Oh, my butt. Amos says Thomas Soren does decent BDO lore vids if anyone is interested. Ooh, BDO lore vids. I like that. You know, because there's a I guess when the game launched or whatever, there's a big hole there, because from the judging, and please don't judge me because I'm judging you. I mean, yeah, feel free to judge me based on my opinion of you. There are lots of players on the Southeast Asian server, or in any server that don't give a shit about lore, and that's normal. That's completely fine. So you know, for other people to take up that mantle and start creating lore videos and everything, it's always great. It's always great. It's a resource for people like me. I mean, for me as an MMO player, the more I learn about characters, the more I learn about the world, the more I learn about the setting, the more invested I am in the game, and the more I want to spend time in there. That's the kind of MMO player that I am. And usually, if you know me long enough, you'll see the pattern of how my MMOs go. You'll notice how Asanudin has just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Asanudin. Even though I think you are a current subscriber. So that's deja vu. Welcome to the stream, man. But yeah, as I was saying, for me to get invested in those things, you know, it's important to have that. Other players, they not really care. For them, it's more about the gameplay and the aesthetics and whatever. So yeah, it's great that BDO has that, and I'm supposed to, I guess. Every MMO has like lore guys, and I do appreciate that. Like like for Lotro, whatever, I do love watching like the Lotro lore vids and everything. I did look at it like for WoW as well, because when I was doing World of Warcraft, the lore was just insane, you know, there's so much. So wherever I can, I'll just drop in and see what's the lore between the expansions, you know, just to fill in that gap. March says he did a 6-hour one recently, but he works freelance writing as well. I do, yes. And Nick says that's for me. Good night, guys. Good night, Nick. Sorry if I'm getting to that late. And Extra Leg says lore is one of the reasons I still play Lotro despite its technical issues. Same thing here. The only thing that it's middleware for me. That's the only reason why. And Hassan says hello, guys. My second account. Oh, it's a second account. Wow, how many YouTube accounts do you need, bro? But yeah, welcome to the stream. It's gonna end shortly though. It's almost midnight here. And Gigi Marsha says hi to Hassan. Alright, let's move this along. We cannot handle the great power of the Book of Cartian, which is sealed under the scuffling Latusa tree. So the book is under that tree somewhere. And I wonder if we're gonna have to go retrieve it, because that'll be pretty interesting. Okay, Secret Guard's Wisdom. Actually, we're afraid of Elezra getting stronger than ever. She's a woman of poor caliber for that kind of power. The existence of the evil black spirit can only be handled by the legend of Adina in the Book of Cartian. Maybe, Havelwise, you'll need those too. Unfortunately, I can't give you much help, but I think Ain Grid, the elder of the Secret Guards, he's the one who protects the power of the ancient dwarves. Dwarves are in this game, apparently, but I've not seen the dwarf race. I wonder if that could be a thing in the future. I don't know. Are there dwarf races in the Korean version that's coming over? Let's go find the dwarf to talk to. Oh, Black Spirit interference. Sometimes I love the Black Spirit because he's full of satire. Like right now, he's saying, "How long are you going to listen to others? Am I not a good advisor to you?" There are a couple of times where, especially like in Calphion, when a lot of the quest was me running around talking to everybody, the Black Spirit came out and was like, "Let's do something fun," and that's when I actually laughed out loud, because at that point I was actually feeling kind of bored. Like, really, another talk quest, run from one end of the city to another end to talk to somebody, and then he came up and it's like, "Let's go kill something. Let's do something fun." So I mean, I don't know if that's by clever design or you know, just the developers taking the piss because they know that after a while, you know, too much dialogue, whatever, it gets boring. So this is actually really interesting. They're much more interesting. See, I knew it. I knew it. It's the same thing that happened way back in Calphion. There are much more interesting things than following that old man. The power inside Bout Lithograph, for example. Do you understand? I'm the only advisor who can benefit you, and he's going to give me a skill XP scroll, which I don't usually use. So what do you got? Anything else? That's a different type of quest. Okay, so we're going to find the Bout Lithograph at the Ancient Fissure. So here we go, out of town. And I know he's got a bunch of other quests for me too, but I'm going to do that next week because I'm really tired. I don't think I'm going to quest for long here. Let me just finish this one quest chain and then I'll, you know, call it. Checking in chat, Midnight Guard, he says, "Hi, Jeremy Adrian, congrats on 2 years on YouTube." Thank you, Midnight Guard. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, pretty cool. The channel feels old, you know. When it's my birthday, whatever, when people say happy birthday, whatever, I'll say I'm old. So whenever, you know, now when people congratulate the channel on being 2 years old, I'll say the channel feels old. And it does. Because I can't tell you, I've tried to go back and watch my old stuff. Like I tried recently. I did actually. I made a review for my Patreons on Patreon where I reviewed the first video I've ever created on YouTube, which was for XCOM 2, way back in February 2016. It was so painful to watch because the quality was bad, the mic quality was bad, the video editing was not there, the music was too loud, but the script was excellent. I was pretty proud of the script, you know. I think writing has always been my thing, so that's pretty funny. Minagard says, haha, yeah, I think I've been following you for a year and a half, if I recall correctly. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All of you guys. In fact, everybody that's watching or in chat, you know, doesn't matter if you've been here since day one, if you've been here since last month, or I do appreciate the support, you know. It's just, for me, really rewarding that I love MMORPGs, and I've never previously had people to share my passion with, and now I do, and it just feels great, you know, being able to talk to you guys, share opinions, talk about MMOs, where in my real life, my daily life, doesn't happen. You know, I could wear my Guild Wars 2 shirt to work a couple of years ago and nobody would say anything. Nobody care. Like, what is that? You know, that kind of thing. So now I feel like we've got a decent community and everything. So it's really rewarding, you know, the 2 years I just stuck doing MMORPG videos or whatever. Again, thank you, Midnight Guard. Appreciate it, man. And he says, glad you're still sticking with it. Enjoy your content. And you got me into the secret role, so you're doing good, man. Awesome. Welcome to TSW. I mean, that's probably been a while, right? So I'm not sure if you're playing the Secret Role Legends currently, but hey, feel free to share your thoughts, you know, if you want. I'm waiting on I'm sorry about that. Phone's on vibration. I'm waiting on season 2, which apparently, from sources, don't quote me on this, it's actually coming out about I would say early April, I think. So we've got a month. We're only a month away from season 2, so really excited for that. ggmyster says, the soccer video on your channel cringeworthy? Not exactly. That one was actually decent because I made a review for Football Manager 2016, which is one of the football manager simulation games that I do enjoy. And for those of you that's, you know, watch soccer, American soccer, rest of the world football, if you watch like the English Premier League, you'll probably recognize instantly who the club I support is. It's right there, that black and gray emblem. And yeah, I was kind of proud of that review, you know, because I haven't really seen people do a review for a football manager simulation game, so I thought I would do it. All right, so here we are at the ancient fissure, and oh, that was some lag there. I wonder if that is the popping that you guys are talking about. I'll keep looking out for all these graphical like glitches type things to point out. But this is a really pretty area, man. Like that's the first thing that grabbed out of me. Like this place looks awesome. And the time of day and everything. Let's go on in further. Are these dwarves? Are these dwarves I'm looking? Oh yeah, these are dwarves. There are dwarves in the game. What am I talking about? I've seen them before. The guy that gave me the farming quest was a dwarf. How could I forget? But these guys just look weird, like a shaman type dwarf. And if I don't shave in the next like 10 years, my facial hair is gonna look like that guy. Oh wow! Oh, I see. So that's how they're mining with magic. That's cool. Just uses the force. Yeah, I don't know what to call it, so I'm just gonna call it the force to lift the stone there to mine. That's actually pretty interesting. Let's go all the way up and see what's up. Ooh, nearly fell down there. Is that a lot? Is that a high fall? Yeah, I'll take damage for that. Looky here. What do we got? Like a library in the middle of nowhere. Like I'm getting some serious Harry Potter type vibes. First of all, the town of Tariff with the talking portrait and everything, and now we've got flying books. Is there gonna be a broomstick in the cash shop that I can ride? BDO does clutter really well. BDO really does, like in environments. some of these Asian games that I've actually I've jumped into for like an hour or whatever to do like a first impressions for work or whatever, you know, they're so empty, aesthetically and you know, physically in game empty, but video handles clutter really well, even though, like, you know, just by having a bunch of static NPCs just hanging around or whatever, you know, it adds that illusion of life to the game, even though, you know, it's not. And in some ways you could think of that, oh, that's just shallow, because, you know, you're trying to make it seem like it's lively. But I'd rather have that than not have anything at all. So when you go back and forth between the zones or whatever, it's just dead. You know, there's no wildlife. It's dead. There isn't, you know, that kind of thing. So good to see how video handles that world clutter. So I'm gonna talk to this guy first. Unlock the node. Dwarf Chief. Kind of reminds me of Thorin. This huge structure that you're standing on is the product of an ancient civilization. These... Yeah, I'm gonna lower down the volume. I hate when they talk over me. These ancient ruins are a historic site. Treat this place with the respect and solemnity it deserved. Learn more. He's probably above the ancient fissure cliff. He may well be the only one who enjoys wandering among our kind. He's full of knowledge too. Have you ever met him? If not, you should. He might teach you a thing or two. So in the last like 10 minutes, I've been directed to like 4 different NPCs to learn about stuff. Ein Grade. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Let's check out this thing. You can feel the power leaking from the slate, but still no response. The amount of power you can feel is too small. Okay, quest the Dark Bout Lithograph. The guardian who protects the ancient fissure is Ein Grid. Yeah, I already talked to him. Oh, I gotta talk to him again. Shit, I should have talked to the stone first, because now I got to talk to him. The Bout Lithograph is like a protection for our tribe, but it's losing its power. Are you the one who... Edan, or whatever. I know Edan. So, okay, you know, with the video story, there's one character or a group of characters that constantly appear or pop up again, and these guys are on like a mini adventure to uncover like mysteries and something like that. Like the first time you see them is in the tutorial in that cave where, you know, the black spirit's there, and then he talks. The first time you go talk to the stone, and that's the first time the black spirit absorbs the power. That's when you first meet Edan and one of her companions or whatever. And throughout level like 1 all the way up to 50, I've now seen this person consistently follow me on my journey. Like she's always there or thereabouts in the areas that I'm questing in. So that's pretty interesting. Now it's giving me the illusion of, okay, there are characters that are on separate missions, or they have motives or whatever. So I'm kind of getting excited to see if there's a big conclusion or a big story finale with the Black Spirit and all these characters that are coming along for the ride, because that would be interesting from a story perspective. Who knows? I won't find out until, you know, I do some more. So indeed, it's the one who helped our secret guardians. And quest continues. Ancient ruins excavation site. Do you know Edan is in Madai? I did not, and I just found out. He's out at the ruins excavation site by a lady called Elezra. We could have defended it if only the bout protection that we've created hadn't weakened like this. Now we can't say that the ancient fissure is a safe place anymore. I tell the supervisor, would you follow the road to the excavation site? You'll have a lot to talk about if you meet Edan. Talkie, all talkie. So let's go meet Edan down there. So I'm gonna run all the way down again. So autopathing, I'm gonna check in the chat here. Midnight Gar says, yeah, I'm playing Secret World Legends off and on. Yeah, me too. I mean, I kind of came back. Recently this week. I'm not sure if you've seen the agent network system thing, but yeah, I spent some time just playing with that, trying to figure out if that is a system that people will enjoy or not. It's still inconclusive. I mean, if they release season 2 soon, at least people can now go and do all the action missions and sabotage missions in season 2, and the progression of the agent system will feel so natural. So they should release season 2 really soon. Masterjet says, hey Adrian, have you ever done a Terra streaming video set like you're doing the video streams now? No, never. I've not done a Terra stream because I haven't done any Terra content. But if there's a high demand for me to review Terra in the near future, then I need to hear it, and I'll probably do a Terra review soon. So we'll see. We will see. Sonadin says, I am trying Terra. Fun leveling so far. Based off memory of what I've played with the comment system and everything, yeah, it's kind of fun. That is a full-on theme park though, right? That's a full-on theme park MMO. Like, no sandboxy type stuff, no hanky-panky. Where are you sending me to? Oh, why can't I just cut across the... Oh, I see. That's why. Because it's all a cliff. But if there's a break in there that I can climb over, can I? No, I can't. Well, I gotta take the long way around. Unless if I'm persistent. And the thing about BDO is it does have like a parkour system. You can climb pretty much a bunch of things, but you know, if logic dictates that, you know, 90-degree horizontal jump like that, obviously you'll never get up. But usually the parkour and the physics is... What's that? The Imperial Delivery... I just gotta know. The Imperial Delivery Managers in each territory have begun receiving deliveries. What is that? Imperial... I know it's an event of some sort, but I haven't really checked it out. Okay, pretty close. No enemies here so far, or should I take that back? I should take that back. Here we go. Finally, I got to use my damn staff. Whoa! Holy crap! Escape! 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 I'm dead. And I lost a crystal! No! Well, I said I needed to show off a death on stream, and now we have a death on stream. But I wasn't killed by a player, I was killed by a golem summoning stone. What the hell was that? That was like a one-shot hit. And this is why, you know, you want your DP up as much as your AP, or that's the result. So this is what the death screen looks like. You get a big recap, killed by the golem summoning stone. And there's a couple of options down here. The first one is a tick box, which says use... Elion's tier? I'm not sure. Oh, Elion's tier, instant revive and revives with a partial XP recovery. Oh shit, did I lose XP? Yes, I did. I was at 67% before the death, and now I'm at 65%. So that's a 2% decrease in experience points when you die in BDO. Second option is resurrect at the closest town, and the third option is to resurrect at the closest node. Now, I'm not exactly sure where I am, but I think town is like the most likely option. Now, as far as the crystal, I don't remember what the crystal is. Magic of the Valor Sun, because I've been jumping into so many other games that I'm not sure what the crystal is. It could be like casting speed, which if it is, then well shit. If it is, then elite whatever. Then I'll probably just buy it off the auction house again. But yeah, that's a death, everybody. That's a death on stream. Mission accomplished. Just too bad I wasn't like a player or anything. So I'm just gonna take the XP loss and just go back to town because it's just 2%. It's insignificant, at least for me, because I can get back those 2% XP really fast just by killing like 20 mobs or whatever. So I died, y'all. Check it in chat here. G-Much says, dude, you went for the elite. That was an elite mob? I couldn't tell. I was actually going for a shortcut. I was trying to take the quickest route to the objective, but I ran into an elite. My maid is here. I did not saw... Yeah, that's weird. I just saw my maid for some reason. Which town did she port me to? Tariff. Okay, cool. Alright guys, so look, I'm not gonna, continue questing. It's midnight now. I'm gonna go to bed, but before that, let's just check in on chat real quick. I'm gonna wrap up what you guys are saying in there. Hassanuddin says Terra open beta is coming to the PlayStation 4 on the 9th of March. Wow. Next week, well, it is this week already because it's Monday morning here. It's 12 a.m. But Tuesday, Lord of the Rings Online update 22. Tuesday, Guild Wars 2, Living Roll Season 4 Episode 2. Then you got the 9th of March, Terra's coming to the PS4. And Rift Prime is also coming out. So this week is going to be a really heavy week for MMOs. I freelance for a news site, so I've got a lot of work to do. And you know, if we hit that, you know, Patreon milestone, which is like 50, then I'm gonna have to work on a new weekly news series, which should be pretty interesting, so I can recap and cover all the big happenings that are taking place over the week. So either way, if you're gonna be involved in any one of these MMORPGs in the week, yeah, enjoy, man. Again, Lotro update 22, Guild Wars 2, new episode, awesome. And ggmyster says, yeah, those golems are hard for under-geared players and not worth doing, in my opinion. Wasn't until, yeah, again, I wasn't actually looking for trouble there. I was taking a shortcut, legitimately taking a shortcut, thinking that it will take me faster to the quest objective, but it just took me to my death. But mission accomplished. I said I was gonna die on stream. I was expecting it to come from a player, but it came from an elite golem. But there you have it. So that's my death. I kind of forgot where I put the crystal in through. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to look for an armor that is... Okay, so my gloves doesn't have a socket. So, or my socket's empty there, so it's probably in the gloves. Alright, I'm clocking out of here. Thurston says, thanks, Jerem. Great stream again. Thank you, Thurston. Appreciate you jumping in. Appreciate you saying that. MemXE, sorry if I get your name wrong, says, is this your main? I guess you could call it that. I guess you're supposed to. A wizard is like, I'm having fun with a wizard, and I'm playing him a lot right now. He's also my highest level character so far, but I do have a warrior that is more of my crafting main, I suppose. So when it comes to like combat or whatever, yeah, I guess you could call my wizard the main. So. And Amos says, good stream, Adrian. Have a good one. Thank you, Amos. Hey, are you were the one jumping in front of me in game, right? So if you just add me to friends and we can chat during the week or whatever. So pretty cool that, you know, there's some other like BDO Southeast Asian players who are actually watching the stream and are also in game here. So that's pretty awesome. And ggmyster says, yeah, good stream. Catch you again. Have a good week. Thank you, ggmyster. You too, buddy. And yeah, so everybody, week 4 of videos done. Just a quick recap. This week, you know, I showed you guys a little bit about the crafting, what I've been working on in terms of what I'm aiming for in crafting. Showed you guys the upgrading system and my thoughts about that. And took a hell of a long journey from Kelfion to Medaya to die. And mission accomplished. Look, there's going to be a recap vlog. I'm bringing that back again. And that's going to be coming out sometime midweek. So it gives me more time to breathe. I've been putting out videos non-stop over the past like 5 days, so I'm gonna take Monday off and just get to work on real life, and then vlog will be out probably Tuesday. Oh no, sorry, Tuesday. Shit, Tuesday. I'm doing Guild Wars 2 on Twitch. Tuesday is the day that the episode 2 comes out, so the vlog will be probably out on Wednesday if you guys can wait that long. If not, then I'll probably try and get it out tomorrow. Other than that, look, again, I want to thank everybody for you know, 2 years of being on YouTube. Fantastic milestone for me. I appreciate everything, you know, being able to share my experiences with you guys, and for you guys for watching the videos and jump into the stream and interact in chat, and you know, for all the support everywhere, Twitch, YouTube, social media, Patreon, all these things. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And with that, everybody in stream, those of you in my part of the world, have a good night. Enjoy Monday morning tomorrow. Those of you in other parts of the world, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will catch you guys next week. So, chair's kind of moving here. My mic is kind of moving. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week, guys. Take care. Once again, Adrian here, and I thank you for watching. Night, night.